Recording in progress.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, have roll, please.
Chairman
In your
John
mind.
Eric Hoover.
Here.
Vice Chairwoman Caroline Gonzalez.
Here.
Member Sal Carey.
Here.
Member Adam Thompson.
Present.
Member Julie Keenan.
Here.
Member Cheryl Taylor.
Here.
Member Kim LaCarey.
Oh, you know what? I didn't sign into Zoom. Shoot.
Let the record show that Member Kim LaCarey is absent from today's meeting. Member Debbie Robinson.
Here.
And Member Janet Applefield.
Here.
You got Zoom going?
I do.
Okay. I think she's going to join via Zoom.
She's going to try. So she might, if anything, we can amend the roll later. But
Okay.
This updated what I did today.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, first up, comments from the general public. We have no one in attendance, so I'll pass it back to the board. Let's start my right with Member LaCarey.
nothing at this time. We got
Okay.
a lot to do. So
Member Thompson.
I think we're going to talk about the budget on the agenda, so I have nothing.
Member Applefield.
No, nothing at this time, sir.
Okay. Member Robinson.
Nothing at this time.
Vice Chair Gonzalez.
Nothing at this time?
Member Keenan.
Nothing at this time.
Member Taylor.
I'm jumping in.
Go ahead.
I have concerns about our promotion and marketing of these events. We are coming up on them very quickly. In order to make some of these deadlines and have the participation that we need to, we have to get this out on social media. We have to get it out on the website. We have to have more distribution than just flyers. Flyers are not going to work. We have several of them coming up very rapidly. It's going to take a whole lot of people registering for participation. I don't think we can get the participation by the date of the events. So,
Are there specific ones that you're more concerned with than others, or?
I'm concerned with the Business Expo. I'm concerned with the Centennial event. I'm concerned with the field day. I'm concerned on most of them going forward. I am also concerned is once we let that go, being able to manage the registration of the participants, the collection of any fees that are due, and doing that all through emailing the city clerk, although she is very proficient and excellent at what she does. That's asking much more than we should ask from her. So I'm putting that right out on the table before we start anything, because we need to get our structure down, from volunteers to participants to people that are actually going to come to these events.
Yep.
We're in not a good place.
Yeah. So obviously, I think we're going to look at a couple flyers tonight. I don't know if we'll have them all done. Do we have a version of? I know we don't have the golf scramble one.
Okay.
Well,
We
some
have
of
the
them are just-
flyers, but we don't have the other stuff that we need for Facebook and the other social medias. And on the ones that we put up, and I am meeting with Ocean Honda tomorrow. Okay. The one that we put up, it doesn't even show Ocean Honda unless you click into it. And that's not
Which one?
the opening day.
Yeah.
It falls below. So we need to have these all resized and determine who's going to do that, because again, Sal has a full plate. I think we just need to go into the structure of putting this out here heavily so that we can get on board, and then we can worry about the mechanics of the actual events, because without people, the mechanics don't matter.
Right. Now, the one flyer to mention, I pointed that out as well. So you're going to fix that one.
But I needed sizes for Eventbrite. We should have them for the stories. We should have them for IG. There's 3 different sizes that are mandatory besides reconfiguring it for Eventbrite. And then, of course, managing all of the volunteers, participants, and people coming, and getting that on some sort of system.
What would you propose? I guess what do we need?
I think we really need to get every one of these signups online. I made the suggestion, I don't know where it went,
The
after
job form stuff?
the job form. I don't know if that's feasible,
Did you
but if
all,
it's not feasible, we need to get a Google Docs or we need
Yeah.
to get something.
did you guys talk about
Well,
job forms?
I'm in discussions with the city manager on what direction he wants to take with that because he has to talk to the city attorney on the responsibility of using an outside site to start collecting fees and for these events. So as of right now, if we need to get this out, I think that the concern of inundating the city clerk, the admin email can be used for myself, for the clerk, and if we have to designate anyone else. So I'm not too concerned about the influx of X amount of people coming in to do that. If we have to do this because of time, because something else isn't set up, let's go ahead and get that out there as soon as possible. So then that way, we've already taken a payment today from someone for the Business Expo. So, as long as they fill out the paperwork and submit the payment, it's got to go to finance anyway to do that. I don't see if we have to start doing it now, let's just go ahead and let these people know and let City Hall will handle what City Hall needs to handle. That's if we have to delegate, we'll delegate and handle it from that side. I'm not, it's not just going to be on one person. It's going to be on, myself. If Adam needs to designate someone to put some time into this, that's not the problem. That's why there are staff members in this committee, so that we can work these things out. I have mentioned jot form to him. He was getting back to me. I know he said he had to talk to Nancy about that, so that's where we are with that. If I don't, I was hoping that he was going to join us today, which I'm sure as soon as he finishes, because he just came in late from a meeting, he should be here anytime now. So we could follow up on that. But if we need to do it because of, and I completely understand that some of these events are just a few weeks away, 3 or 4 weeks away. Let's just tell them this, send what they have to City Hall so we can get all this processed. And then we can just kick back to those committee members and say, look, we have X amount of people who signed up for each of these events, and let's get moving. If we end up deciding that we can do that, we can always amend the flyers, we can always amend the information online, and then go forward from there.
What are the other options of being able to send payment? Is it just send a check in?
I'm sorry.
What are the options of payment? Is it just send a check in, or I don't.
Probably right now, just bring a check.
Yeah, right now it would be check form.
So just mail a check.
Now, as far as the advertisement on whether it be Eventbrite or Facebook events, whatever, obviously that's something we need to do, and that would spawn from the flyers that we approve, which we've got some of those done. We'll look at some other ones tonight, but I don't know.
I was confused because Ocean Honda is like right here.
On that one, yeah.
This is the opening day.
You're talking about the Ocean Honda's not on the tour.
The Heritage Day, we're going to change.
If you look at it, I looked at it on my phone and on iPad and on
Pull
computer.
up so show us what you're talking about. So it might be something we can fix. But I know the one Heritage Day or whatever that did not have it on there, so that'll be addressed. And we've not created Facebook events where we do interests or whatever, right?
We did Facebook events for opening day, and we've done Facebook events for Heritage Day, and I think bowling has also been done.
That's the way it appears on.
Yeah, that flyer didn't have it on there. That's why.
Yeah, that's
It
Heritage
has
Day.
it on there.
Yeah, it actually has it
Oh.
there when you click
It
on
has it on there, but if we're looking for clear from presenting sponsors, that should be very clear when somebody just views.
No, you're agreed. Yeah, I saw that
Okay.
too. And I pointed that out. And that's on the flyer out here in front. It's not on there. So
Yeah, and I'm in talks with a second one, and I don't want to show
Sure.
that because that's not
Right.
going to be impressive.
And as far as collecting money, I had a meeting with, or I had a talk with Matt this morning, and we're kind of in the same place as far as when it comes to money, is that it really needs a funnel through here if we're paying for it. I mean, if it's a city event, so I think you're gonna get some kickback from the city attorney when it comes to using some other outside service and someone just writing a check here and doing it this way. That's gonna be the problem.
I'm not suggesting that we can get around the payment side of it, but the registration side of it, rather than having to take it from an email or a piece of paper into a spreadsheet and then distributing. It all goes into a spreadsheet, and then you can simply click off who's
Now,
made
as
it.
far as that, using some other service, I have, as far as the finance side of it, I don't care. We were
Yeah.
talking about money wise, like going through any type of anything else. I mean, it's hard to, it's hard for anybody to say, okay, I gave you $3,000 and we got $2,800 because we paid it, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a little bit better now. As far as registration and putting any paperwork, again, like he said, we can dedicate someone some time. Whatever you need from us, we're allowed to do. I'm not a planner.
Mhm.
I'm finance.
Mhm.
I'm going to try my very best to do what I can here, but like you're the best at that. I am not. So you tell me what to do with that. All I can tell you is like money when it comes to the government side of it is just it's really wonky. So we need to really, and I don't think that's going to be something the city attorney's even going to say, hey, we're okay with doing that, and especially this close to an event. So
As much as just letting the Centennial Festival go. Okay, if I hope to get 200 registrants on that, all right, having those, then I have to track them making registration, who made payment, who's going to be there, who has made it on, all the lists that we have to and the promotions that we have to. I field between 1,500 and 2,000 emails a day on my events. A day. That's what I'm afraid of.
that's a lot.
It's a lot.
But
And I'm
we can-
doing it with a team of 3.
I can do that. And like I said, I can manipulate anything we have to say, okay, for this we had, whatever you need. Like as far as when we take payments in, I don't really write down who did what. I mean, because that's
Well,
a
you
lot
could
of-
put a simple check on them, on that. But
Yeah,
I'm really worried about the registrations. Part of the emails that I take is, did I register? I don't remember if I registered. It's just a lot.
Well, you tell me what we need to do, and we can do that. Because again, I'm not familiar with that. So when you guys talk, I mostly sit here and just listen out gibberish because I don't really know how to do that. So I know how to do that part of it. I can count it and make it right. But as far as that, but you tell me what to do, and we can do that. And I've got, we can make some time back there to have someone help do that as well. So
Well, basically, what she's going to need, and anyone else, whatever their events is going to be, is basically a finalized registration list on who paid, who submitted, and then they're good to go. So, until if we end up using something like JotForm or anything else, Google Forms, whatever we use, like I said, just to save time, don't hesitate to let these businesses know to start sending what they need to here. If they need to pay, if they want to pay by credit card, Adam, I think we can look into that if they want to pay by card as well. So we can look into that. But I know definitely by check. If not, we have a credit card paying system as well. They should be able to pay by that. But our responsibility will be able to funnel that money, collect it, categorize it, and then get you guys that list for whatever event. If X amount of people send payments for Field Day, we got to get that out to her. If X amount of people do submit for the Business Expo, we got to get that list out to you and let you know what that's going to be. That way, that's all being centralized through the city for that event, and then we kick it back to each committee member who's responsible for what.
and I file everything we get. I put there's a note section on it. It doesn't show up on our receipts, but I can pull that and I can tell you exactly like the $75 I received today. I put the name of the person and 75 and what it was for. And now, as far as putting it on a spreadsheet or something, we can do that. And or if you wanted to create something and send it to me, I can absolutely. I have my clerk over there is fantastic at keeping things. She's going to be a little hairy if I ask her to do more, but we can make that happen. That's not a problem. You just tell me what you need from me, and I can do that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about you making accounting for. I'm worried about the participants going, sending an email. I sent the check. Did you get it yet? I don't see it cashed. I don't see it on my account. You're going to get those series of emails, and it's not management of us. It's management of them.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I can make a point to deposit things quicker. I mean,
That doesn't mean that they can find.
No, I understand.
I'm just forewarning you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Just came on.
The next Going one step past that, I mean, how are we on our press releases to even get these people to even know that things are going or are happening, especially for Friday?
The press releases will be a general public notification, not necessarily, the press releases will be the press release or the publication of the news will be closer to the events if they pick it up.
Well, there's one Friday, so
I did not do one for Friday.
So there's nothing.
No, that's not true. It has been, we've posted on Facebook, our website, and I've posted it to mass media twice. I also did an update again yesterday about all the meetings that are occurring on especially during this week and Friday. So,
Perfect. Okay.
so it has, it's gone out there. In our mass media, we have several hundred people on there. So and that went directly to their phones. So
Right.
they're aware.
Okay. Good.
We did not run an ad in the paper. We did not do that because that requires spending money. But it has been posted several times.
Cheryl, were you talking about like this, like my bowling would be, so here's the flyer, and then they're going to pay, but then I have to have a list of the people that have to sign up, have to have a registration. Is that what you're talking about? Because then how they pay, but then how will I know that who's signing up? How many people? It has to be 4 people to.
So, yeah, and we got a bowling update here, number 2. So we'll get into that. I'm going to get some more details on that specifically.
Okay.
That's probably a little bit different than the rest of them. But I wanted to bring up one thing is obviously let the record show that Kim LeCarey joined via Zoom. So
She is in. She might not be able to stay through the whole
Okay.
meeting, but she is on
Cool.
as of right now.
And then as far as the sign up stuff, obviously the concern is if we don't have a digital avenue to do that, it becomes cumbersome for somebody to sign up. They have to fill out a form, the paper form, write a check, come to City Hall, mail to City Hall. It becomes cumbersome. Whereas if we had a digital presence out there, it's very easy to click, sign up, pay via whatever credit card or whatever. And Jot form solves all that as well as keeps the registration stuff.
Make an acknowledgement automatically that they're registered and
Right.
pay the payment or whatever.
And I imagine you could probably pull up a list too.
Mhm.
So I was going to turn over to Matt here in a minute, see if there's any update on that. But if we were to use something like that, obviously, if we do get hard copies in, then staff would need to go out and put it in Jot forms as well to that be the repository to
It
track all the
it could.
attendees.
Jot form is nothing more than a layer on top of Excel. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just automated. It's already done.
Right. So we would basically, whatever we took in house, we would add to that spreadsheet.
Mhm.
I guess that's back end spreadsheet.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, did you get a chance to talk to Nancy about Jot forms, or is that something we can use?
Yeah, I think from the standpoint of signing people up, there isn't any issues with that.
Mhm.
The issue that's going to come is in any payment that's coming through an application like that. But signing up, it doesn't matter what we use.
So if they pay via credit card, how's that work? Is that you got to add the
It would all go over to Adam.
so they got to add an endpoint for that to process.
Yeah, what we can do is once Adam logs the payment, we could even send out a weekly thing or a receipt or whatever that we've received your payment to keep them in the loop, keeping them from having 3 to 4 emails of what's happening.
Do you have to put in? And I've never used it, so I don't know. Do you have to put in your payment processing information, or so when
Well, if you're
they
not-
click to sign up and pay, where does it take them?
It's not going to be sign up and pay. It's simply going to be register. It'll send them an email. You're registered pending payment. Please send your payment in by check.
So that's outside of Jot forms.
It's for job form will automatically send that to them.
Well, the email, right? But the payment is outside
It could be
process.
outside. Yeah, you can
It
use
could be
job.
or is outside. Is it integrated or is it not integrated?
It can be integrated. I don't use it for payments.
But you can.
Uh-huh.
So does the city have a method to take a credit card payment?
Yes.
We do, but again,
Is it specific to billing, utility billing or something?
Yeah.
So it's not, you can't use it for anything.
Well, you could.
We have to talk.
I mean, you could. We take payments at the window, but it's billing payments, it's utility payments, and when they show up. So the way we process them in house is the problem. I'm going to take a payment for anything is how we process it inside of a batch. So it'd be a little different than, Yeah.
So if I come in to register for the tour, that's a registration thing, right? It's free, no?
No,
What's
it's going to be free.
the
the issue isn't using the credit card. The issue is doing it online because you need a portal for people to be able to go in, enter the information, and do that. Now, to be honest, I haven't thought about this. A lot of the utility payment, other places that have been, we could use our the same vendor that we use for utility payment. We could set up extra so you can pay for other things.
We can do that.
And if we can do that,
Web ID,
that's
one person or one web ID, and then just let them run.
We create an account for web ID. We call it city
Just
events,
like late
and then that web
payments.
ID we can just tell people to pay through and use that web ID number. When they pay, we'll see what the payment is, and then be able to to do that. So there we go.
So I think we need to set up that yesterday.
Well, I can get that done tomorrow.
But also, speaking of that, is we need like a set statement that we put on our registration forms, like to do this.
Right.
Here,
You'll
you
have
can
to have
do it
a-
this way, this way, this way.
Yeah, you'll have
Here's
a web
send a
ID
check
and all that,
or
so we'll do
here.
one, and that way we can process all those
Right,
payments.
and then we can just copy and paste it into all of our flyers and registration forms.
We talked about this about a month ago, so it's saying how we were gonna do that.
So we have that, so they can pay that way. Obviously, it's easy to come in and write a check or whatever, but again, it's cumbersome. So the more facilitated we can be is
Credit card
signing
will
up
be most of your
online
transactions.
and paying. That'd be great.
When they pay online, they do get a confirmation number. It's a 12-digit confirmation number that helps track. Because I have to do that for lien searches. It's an easy way for us to pull that payment and get a receipt from it to show that they've paid, instead of just saying they paid.
And
Because
also
otherwise
there's
it's very hard
there's
to find
gonna be a 3%
payments.
charge. That's mandatory. But I don't think
Any credit card, they get charged 2%.
That goes from the
Yeah.
credit card company. So
Even if do they have the ability to use their debit card with no charge, or
no, it's still
It's the same.
3%.
The charge
It's a
no matter
processing
what.
fee for the
So
credit.
it's
We don't see
cross
that.
board?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we don't see that. So we'll put that in the email too.
but we don't take the hit for it either, right? It's,
No,
so if it's $50, they get 50
we
plus.
get 50. Yeah.
Okay.
So they pay 53, we get 50, and the credit card
Gotcha.
gets $3.
Mr. Chairman, I did have one thing. Madam City Clerk, I have a change of time on the fishing tournament. It's 6 to 3.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Yes.
Why so long? Just out of curiosity.
The gentleman who was helping me suggested,
He suggests that's a
yes,
good time frame. Okay.
he said send them out at 6, and then they have to be exactly at 3 o'clock, not 3:01 or anything past that.
Right. I just wonder how that might impact the regatta and that, because we're going to try to do that afterwards.
Well, Regatta's not on here. It keeps getting included with the fishing tournament.
The same day.
I
Same
understand,
day, same
but
water.
it's a different event.
Right. So we make sure that we have a transition time between there, and I don't know if that's
We can come in at 2. I mean, we can do that too, but they wanted to send them out at 6 early enough.
yeah. And I've not done fishing tournaments personally. I know they start early,
Right.
but to be out that long, 3 seems long to me. I was thinking come in by noon, 1 o'clock. And again, maybe certain tournaments they are longer, give more time. It's really
It's
doesn't,
long.
it's
Well, Cheryl, what time do you want to start the regatta?
What we're kind of playing with, I'd like to start it after noon, about 1 o'clock, and end it about 4, because we're making it more of a social event than a
Okay.
race.
Can
Yeah,
you separate the regatta and the fishing tournament, Ashley, on the event list?
That's up to the committee.
separate. It's on the same day.
I understand it's on the same day, but it's 2 separate events on the same
It is.
day.
It's right.
So it's confusing to see fishing tournament and regatta with kayaks and canoes in parentheses, like
I mean, if we
people are fishing
if
out
we
of.
solidify time frames, we could put the time frames with each one of them. I mean, I think they've got a slash in between them now, anyway, don't they?
No, they don't. It just has parentheses. So to me, it
Yeah,
looks
he
like
made
it's the
some-
same thing.
Yes.
Whatever you guys want, whenever
Maybe
it's
put-
finalized, let me know.
Yeah,
Why
maybe-
can't we just put it on a different line, even though it's the same
Well, it's
day?
same day, but we can obviously in that box you could put
The
2
time.
boxes, 1 box, and then
You
so
could
they're
put the
separated.
time.
And the times.
You could just put the time.
Okay.
Is it the same?
I mean, they're going to have a separate flyer and all those things. This is just an event list. I mean,
Mhm.
it's built on it.
Okay. Well, the
By
fishing
day.
tournament will make it from 6 to 1 then.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then then you could probably do
I'll
start
go
at 2,
2
and that
to
way you get
4.
an hour in
That's
between.
good.
2 to 4.
I don't
Or
understand what the problem is to
Fine.
make it on a different line, but
As long as we can get
Depending on
them,
what
I've got
as
it.
long as we can get them in before sundown.
I've got it separated.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure.
later
This is in April.
Yeah, okay.
This is in
Yeah, you
April.
should have plenty of time,
Oh,
even if
yeah.
you take it to 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could easily take it to 6.
What time are we doing, so I know, so I'm not going back?
2 to 6.
Okay, thank you.
2 to 6 is what? 2 to 6 is what?
fishing,
Got
the fishing tournament will be 6 to 1.
6 to 1.
Thank you.
Anything else on that?
I guess since I'm on at the Centennial Festival, if the committee,
What's the team? What's
which
specific?
is the Craft Fair Flea
The
Fest.
Flea Fest.
Okay. I'm going to do it for,
What do you want to wait till? Because we got
We can.
that's item number 3.
Yep. Got it.
We can get into it. Okay. Do you guys have something to say? I mean,
She wants it on the other, she wants it on a separate line.
That's what she's working on right now.
It's confusing.
We're gonna do the separate line?
I think.
Put the times in, it'll be separate. Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna do separate.
if it, I mean, it could be confused. Somebody see it's not on the same day either. They think it's a different day, but
So you write the same
Oh.
the same day.
Yeah, it'll just have a separate time.
Or you could just have a bigger box.
I mean,
Do that.
I don't want. I don't want you to be just so hung up on because they're on the same thing. They're 2 separate events. They're gonna have separate flyers. This
And
this
it's
is just
as if it's
guys.
one event.
Okay.
So that's why she's fixing
When
it.
you guys are talking, make sure your mics are on.
Yeah,
please.
one at a time. So I think she can provide separation on the same line with the time frames and all that because each line is a specific day, and it's just formatted that way. So if she puts a divider line in there between both of them on the same day, and maybe if you could extend that one,
I can make it bigger. I can
Yeah,
put
put
one on
one-
top of the other. I
put them on
can
different
put
lines but within
to
the
it.
same
That would be
row.
helpful. Put one on top of the other.
Yes,
That
instead
would
of
be
side
great.
by side.
Yeah.
That
would be
we can do
helpful.
that.
Because then you have room to put the times at different times, even though it's the same day. Okay, thank you.
Anything else, Cheryl?
I'm good.
Okay, and I don't have anything specific. I mean, anything public comment wise. I'll just jump into the agenda. So, next up, committee business. Item number 1 is Centennial events budget discussion. I guess pass that to Sal or Adam.
Well, I gave everybody what we have up to date today and kind of explain the spreadsheet I have to you here. So we have the sponsors income that goes into cash received. And then we have in-kind also that's going to go in, so it's separated there, but it's also added at the end there and at the top here where it says total funds. So I put that at the very top. So when we use it or add it, the number will change, the 27,775. And then down here we have the budget. So I put all the events down there, the budgets, and then what we actually spent, and then kind of if you went over or under, and that also will manipulate that number at the top too. So you know that. So right now we haven't spent any money. We have $27,775. Over here on the right hand side, I put the entry fee of $60. How many teams? So nothing's in there yet, but I was just messing around. But we did receive $75 today for an expo entrance, and that's in there. So that's included in the $27,775.
Yeah, so the 5 was just playing around.
Yeah, I was just.
Because we don't have any entries yet.
No, we don't have any entries yet, but that's why it's still 0. But the number is absolutely correct.
Okay.
On there.
When will you want the actuals? Because like for opening day and the Heritage Day, I've made some
You
purchases.
can turn these in anytime.
You want to turn them in,
Yeah,
so I'll
and
start reporting it.
I can process them
Okay.
and then make this correct.
All right.
So, and I don't know how I was going to send this to everybody, but like I didn't. I'm not sure how y'all want to do it. Y'all just want me to just input the information, just give it out to you guys, or after every event, like so you see it.
Is it something you post online and just keep it updated online, or you go to?
I mean, I guess I can give it to Sal and see if he can put it on there. I can I can give it to her. I can update it every, couple of days, or when we spend something, when something changes, send her. She can send it out. I mean, you tell me what you want to do with it. I mean, I just, if everybody starts, putting stuff on there, I mean, so you got somehow you want to do it. I can just put it online.
Yeah, I mean, we can add a section for called Centennial budget and just put that spreadsheet in that budget, and he'll update it.
Well, I didn't see that you can even dynamically, as he changes it, it just automatically this reads basically whatever,
Right.
like a SharePoint type thing or whatever. I don't know how you guys could do that on the web, but
So on this list, you can separate the fishing tournament and the regatta.
I can do whatever you want.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
yeah,
I took this
definitely.
off of our
Because
thing here.
they're
Yeah,
two
because
different events.
you've got regatta with kayaks and canoes in parentheses, like it's a sub event for fishing.
That's
So
what I've been trying to say.
I took
Right,
it right
exactly.
off the thing there. But yeah, I can make that into a separate line, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Because it'll have its own budget for the regatta as
Right.
opposed to the fishing tournament. Thank you.
any comments, questions on budget stuff? I will bring up. So we've got on the bowling tournament, we've got I think 500 in the budget. Is that right?
Yeah, 500.
Oh, here it is. Depending on, and I don't know what we're going to need, but this will cover. But I just want to make people aware, because the Honda sponsor and anybody else that does at that level, they get free entries. So if Honda was going to do a bowling team, I would have to have $100 from the city to cover their cost. So, but that's the only one we've got.
And that would be eaten out of that 500. Yeah, I can do that.
So
And that way it doesn't.
And I don't know if they're going to have a team or not, but if they decide they get two team entries. So that's a possibility.
We probably should send a formal invitation. I'll
Yeah.
send a formal
Let them know
invitation
it's
to
available.
Yeah.
Actually, you probably put event lists together and just ask them which ones they want. Instead of asking for each one, just
Right.
here's what we've got. Which two do you want to use?
Mhm.
And then we'll know. Okay. Anything else on budget? Did any of the other events have budget requests that they? Now this expo obviously is coming up. There's no budget for that, right?
No, there's no budget for that.
The golf tournament
Yeah, I know,
will
that's
need a deposit of 3,000.
3,000.
Yeah, but we need to discuss the whole golf tournament thing too, just to make sure we get the right numbers.
And we don't have a specific golf thing on the agenda, so if you want to talk about it now, we can.
Okay.
Is that deposit non-refundable?
That's going to ask the same question. Yeah.
That I need to finish reading the contract. I literally got it 5 minutes before I got
Oh, okay.
here.
Yeah, we need to know if it's not refundable because that's what we only assign.
Right, and it appears so at first glance, but I need to really delve into it. So it does appear so. And also the fee is not due, and the total amount's not due until after, on the 28th. But the 3,000 is due by the 21st. There's
And is that well, is it covering foodstuffs as well?
No.
Okay, so that's just
so there is a course fee, which is $12,000,
Mhm.
which comes out if we have 25 teams. It comes out to $480 per team. Food is $40 per person, which is another $160, and then we also have to have prize money. So we're looking at possibly like
$1,000 a team?
$750 to $800 a team would make it. And they've also given us 2 foursome rounds. Two foursome rounds. Also as part of the thing.
So what do we? I'm sorry. So what do we get? So we put the $3,000 deposit down. We don't have 25 teams. We have 15
That's
teams.
what
Are we
I'm-
still at 20? We still have the what is it?
This
12,000.
$12,000. That's why I'm discussing this, because I mean, are we pretty
well. So
set we can get 25 teams? I mean, I know I could probably scrounge up 3 or 4 teams just from people I know, but I mean, as far as like going out and talking to people, and
We definitely should have those commitments before proceeding.
yeah, well, if teams of 4, right? From a per person perspective,
it's $200 a person.
yeah, that's getting up there. $100 a person would probably be.
I know, but that's the problem. And you can only have the maximum number of people you can have is 144. So at 25 teams, that's obviously 100. So you can obviously have a few more teams, and that would cut that cost down. But usually like 120 is
Yeah, no,
the most.
I talked to Ryan. Ryan was going to sponsor the golf. I think Cheryl has been talking to him as well on sponsorship, and so I don't know where that's at, and I don't know how that would.
And Ryan is
Ryan Burke, he's
a member.
lives out Hard Point. It's he's one that's working on the Guild Dog property stuff. But I don't know, and he's run a tournament before, so I don't know. Have you talked to him at all?
I don't
know what a normal.
Don't know him at all.
I don't know what a normal fee structure is for a team.
From everything my husband has run, it's typically, and his course was not quite as nice as
Right.
this one.
That's what I'm saying. $100
so his
person
was
just playing a
$100
course
a
is more.
person. Yes, his was typically that was normal. Being that we're at Innisbrook, I mean, I would love to do it for 150 a person, but that means we need some more sponsorships or need to take some budget and throw toward it because we have to have prizes.
When do they need that deposit by?
February 21st.
Okay.
Why don't I see if I can get, have you checked with Wentworth?
Who?
Wentworth?
That doesn't even ring a bell.
Let me reach out to Wentworth.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Wentworth is right past Tarpon Ave on McMullen Booth or Eastlake. Nice golf course. I used to live on
course.
it.
Different.
Yes. Used to live on it.
No,
So
sorry, I've read it.
Oh, like switch courses altogether?
I think it's going to be more budget friendly and be able to be accommodated. It's nice. It's a very nice course. Very nice.
I didn't know I had an option to look at other courses.
Well, that was just again. That was one that's a nice one. That's where they have them.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. Obviously, any course we don't have one in the city, obviously. So that's
That's a little bit closer to the city as well.
Yeah.
You see what they're on their schedule.
My
I
boss
don't
does
mean
his
to-
Christmas party.
To throw a fly in the ointment, but that might be a little bit more.
well. We definitely need to find out if it's refundable or not, right?
Yeah, and it does appear so, but I obviously need to go through it. It's only 2 pages.
And the date on the golf scramble is what month is that? That's
April 21st.
end of April.
Yeah.
So not too far off.
I know, and that's because we have to start getting teams in. Again, we're coming up against the time crunch.
See, that's what I was saying. If we didn't have enough interest, it'd be nice to just cancel the event if we could make it work.
I mean, I know that people are interested in golf, but trying to get it together in this amount of time is.
Yeah, and again, on as far as the fee, a lot of times a company will sponsor it. Like City of Port Richey would be a bad example, but the City of Port Richey wanted to put a team together, they would sponsor it for the $1,000 for that team or whatever. So a lot of that happens, I think, on golf scramble stuff where they sponsor their work sponsors a team.
Right.
Wentworth is available on the 21st.
You can look that up online.
They got event availabilities online. Well, so we had it on a different date. We had it on the. What did we have it on for? We had to move it because Innisbrook. So if you want a golf course, you could probably put it back to the original date, potentially too.
Is that on the 21st or the
I think it was.
on the 20th? The 28th.
Yeah, so they'll give it another week
Okay.
even.
Yeah.
Are they available on 28th? And I guess if it's a popular place for scrambles, which Innisbrook is, that's the reality. They need to have something to hold it. If there's, I guess, a golf course that doesn't really do a whole lot, you could probably
28th is available as well.
yeah. So if they're not
You could
having
have it
regular
on a
scrambles
weekend.
there, they might not require a non-refundable deposit because they're not. If it cancels, they're just going to have people show up and play golf for the public.
You may cancel this agreement only upon written notice. The following liquidated damages will be charged in the event of cancellation. Any amount owed in cancellation damages will be credited or deducted from advance deposits. Cancellations made inside of 60 days of the event will be charged 50% of reserve fees.
We're already within 60 days. What's,
Not quite, but
what's the next threshold after 60?
cancellations made inside 30 days will be charged 100% of the reserve tea times and anticipated food and beverage revenue. So pretty much 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where we're hitting a wall in time.
Thoughts?
Because this is a really expensive event.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, we can't just smack $12,000 out of the budget to junket this event in case, like, we get 2 teams this time.
I would say,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I would say look at other options if we can, so that we don't take it off completely because there is some interest, and that's what I'm seeing.
How about a mini golf scramble? That way we can do it over here at the. We can do it at Congo River.
Yeah.
Have teams. You know, be a mini golf scramble.
That I'll join.
You know, I think we can get more people to participate in that, and we'll shrink it down. I mean, I know it's not as much as a golf scramble, but if we just put mini in front of there, it changes the whole
Mini
thing.
golf scramble.
Mini
That's
golf
cute.
scramble. I mean, just a thought. Just throwing it out there. Be a lot less expensive, and you know, we can still do teams. We can still work things like that, and probably put prizes in. But I'm just saying, between all our other events and just an FYI, and I know we already moved past budget, but I just wanted to, since we're talking about the amount of money for that, I've already done.
Actually, we're still on budget.
Okay, so I thought we.
No, still done that one.
I'm presenting to the city manager to present to council the proposals for the fireworks for May 18th, and I'm at $20,000 for that. So, and that's out of four different proposals. So, just to let everyone know where that's going, and then I'm hoping to have that in front of for him to have in front of council on the 11th, so we can make that decision. So I can lock that date in.
So why don't we reach out to Wentworth, get an idea of what that's going on.
I can do that tomorrow.
And I can get some insight from the bowling. That's out there. People sign up now. Nobody signed up yet. Okay, but it just got out there. I have heard from somebody, and I'm jumping ahead, but I'm just using this as an example of this is a much smaller scale cost, and that I don't know how fast these scramble teams would jump out there to do that. So I don't, and obviously with a larger financial commitment, it's a concern. You know, if we put it out, let's say if we put it out today, and people start
We
signing
would literally have to put it out to all the churches, all the businesses, like directly to them, not just out on the Facebook page and just say, here's a link to.
Mhm.
Like actually send the flyer out to all of these places in order to get that many people, which can be done, but would be really difficult.
Yeah.
Because, like you were saying, like if the business put together a team,
obviously the higher the cost, the less chance you're getting people to do it too. So, do you think we could wait to make a decision on this next Tuesday? Can we get some more information?
let me get more information from Whitworth, and I can even call about the mini golf and just see what they would even have available / what the costs are, all that kind of stuff.
And then with Innsbruck, you need to turn it in by when?
The 21st of February. So yes, we got time to.
Okay.
We have time to get to next Tuesday.
I wish there was a way we could somehow get some interest to see if we're going to have enough. What was you said? 25 teams. We'd need to.
25 teams is 25 to 30 teams is a pretty standard tournament. We can have up to 144 people. So, I mean, that makes it a little bit harder at that point. So 120 people is pretty normal, which is the 30 teams. But even if you separated it, that, I mean, you're still like 450 a team.
Well, it was 18 times 8.
But it's 480 a team at 25.
144. Okay, so yeah, 18 holes. They put 2 foursomes on a hole.
It's a shotgun start, and everybody starts on.
Right.
Yeah.
On different hole. So that's where the 144 comes in. So basically, you've got 144. So that's 36 teams. Right.
And I did talk to Honda. I mean, if we're doing it at Innisbrook, he's willing to do the
Car and
car. He wants to know how many cars to bring to display. So I mean, but all he has to do is fill out insurance paperwork. But he has to do that fairly soon. So that's also another time budget. So, well, I mean, he's fine with it. He's all good. He's on board. They've even given us swag bags for the 5K event.
right. Well, and Ryan was going to, like I said, when he talked to me, he was going to sponsor that event. Again, I don't know what conversation you guys had, but that was.
That's happening tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah. So why don't we leave it as Brooke, push forward, also get
Yeah, I'm going to get more
some information on from this other Wentworth course or whatever to see comparative. Can we put together? Do we have a flyer for that or no?
I had to get this information and figure out what we're doing before I mean, they don't take that long to throw together.
I mean, we could probably put a Facebook
We can start.
event
We can start
to see if
people.
we can get some interest on it. So just
Well, that's
kinda
where like
gauge.
these jot form, if it's just registration, if they, we can always say we canceled the event.
Right.
Or changed it to here.
right.
So we could easily put that out there so that people can start signing up. Hey, I want to do this.
We just don't know the cost. Is
I know, but you can put out. We are doing a golf scramble. It'll be a foursome team event. Don't have to put. I mean, just something basic. Yeah.
But anyone's going to want to know how much.
Yeah.
That's going to be up front.
No, that's the.
well, if going back to what you said, so is $12,000? That's
Course fee. That's just golf.
$12,000, and that covers all the costs for the golf.
Golf alone.
Right. So realistically, let's say if Ryan was going to sponsor that event, he pays the golf fees $12,000. Then the fees are just basically
Then you
prize
have-
money and food.
Food is $40 a person,
Right.
so that's another $160 a team. So I mean,
Well, depending on the menu. That the lowest.
it's 40, 40, or 35. So 35 was hot dogs and hamburgers. So I was looking at possibly doing there's 4 choices. Doing hamburger sliders and barbecue sliders.
There's only $5 difference, I guess.
It wasn't any. It just upgraded just a hair.
Yeah. So that's $160 a team, $40 a person, and then whatever prize money.
Which I was figuring $100 a team to throw in the pot. Plus, we have and then you just divide that. So you have a first place, second place, third place, closest to the pin, and longest putt made.
If we had 144 people at 12,000, that's $83.33 a piece.
Say that again.
So at 12,000, this course fees 144. If we had a full
At
scramble,
144.
that's $83.33 a person, right? And actually, let's do it by team. So
But I don't see any way we get 144 people. Put it at 120, just to put it at a more reasonable.
36 teams. If we had a full,
If we had 30,
that's $333, right? So and it was 100 for food, so it'd be 433. So if we say $500 a team, that's not horrible.
no,
But that
and that's
include-
what I was hoping to do.
And that didn't include any prize money though. But if there's sponsorship involved, that could offset that.
That's
So if we had a full 36 teams at $500, that would cover the golf and food, no prizes.
Correct. If we get that many teams. I was basing it on
24
25 teams.
or 25 teams. That's 480.
Right.
$100 for food and that's $580.
$120 a person. Plus 100, so 40, so it's 160 a person.
Because 25, that's kind of like their normal. That they said it was. You said that there was a.
No, normal size tournament is 25 to 30 teams.
That's kind of what they see
That
on
is
average.
any
Just
golf course
patient.
you go to, yeah. Just,
So that's probably a more realistic number.
yes. But the time crunch, I'm worried we're only going to get like 15 teams. That's where I'm, by signing us up for $12,000, they could really bite us.
Well, maybe we make it was it $800 a team? That's $200 a person. That's not horrible. You're playing on Innisbrook, which is going to cost you $100 anyway.
Well, when you said he was going to sponsor the event, what is actually?
Well,
he's taking
I don't
care
know
of?
what that means, so I she'll find out more tomorrow. But he said he'd sponsor it, so I don't know.
Right.
Is he thinking I'll pay for the food? I'll pay for the golf fees. I'll throw the prize fund. Maybe
know what kind of business this guy has.
Yeah. And if it's $700 team, that's $175 a person.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd like to keep it under the lowest. I mean, I was thinking 500 a team, but
Yeah.
that's obviously not feasible without a good sponsor.
If we did 700 a team, that's 175 a person. It doesn't sound as bad as 200. And that would cover.
The golf, the food,
Let's see, 700.
maybe not prizes, but we could probably get enough sponsorships to cover prizes.
700. Let's say 25 teams. It's 17,500. All right. And we subtract off this 12,000 total course fees.
Course fee, yeah.
That leaves 5,500.
Yeah, but you've got food fees.
And so if you take the 25 times 100, that's your figure for food. No, it's 160 per team.
It's
right?
160 per team, yes.
Right. So times 160. 25 team is 4,000. So that would leave $1,500 above the course fee and food.
And that's where we at least need some sponsorship in there to cover a little bit better price than that. Otherwise, they're going to think it's not worth it. Except for the car thing, that makes it kind of worth it.
What do you guys think? 700 a team, and because that leaves $4,000 that you could pay out
if we get enough teams.
If you had no sponsorships, nothing, right? If you get 25 teams, and obviously the more you get, the more you pay out.
I mean that number's fine with me. It's just how many people do we think we can get?
Well, one, I'd like to know what.
I mean, I certainly don't want to go sign in a contract until.
I'd like to know what Kenny's sponsorship side. I mean, if he's going to sponsor this event and he's going to sponsor this event, I want to know what sponsorship. I would like to know what that sponsorship is. So then that tells us what we need to do.
Right, because I mean, if he wants to throw $10,000 at it, we can obviously
that makes things a lot different.
We could do 500 a team and just be great.
So once we know that, then and then the next step is just putting it out there and seeing how many people actually reply to it. Just to see if we're going to have a following and feedback from that. So,
what number that?
At what number? And that's the thing. That's the key thing is the number. I mean, 500 to a team is better than 800 or more. It's just
right. 500 was the number that I was kind of thinking that we were going to be in that realm, but
so on the 700. If we use 25 teams, that puts us at $4,000 extra after the golf and food. if you divide that 4,000 by 25 teams, it's 160. So if you was to drop the price $100, right, to 600, then you would basically have less prize money, but you get that it'd be 150 a person.
Right.
That's
I mean,
even
then 600 would actually be fine.
So why don't
I
we
don't think we
just set
lose
it?
people.
Why don't we set it at 600?
Okay.
What's y'all's thoughts on that?
I'd like to make a comment.
You gonna play golf?
No.
No, just kidding.
Oh, please.
$150 and we'll let you talk. No, just kidding.
Vic Mallet, 5152 Miller Bayou Drive. I think that Sal's on the right path there. You should do something contingent upon X amount of sponsorship.
Mhm.
So you've got something you can plan on.
Mhm.
And the mini golf would probably get a lot more community involvement and more people involved than going out of county.
Mhm.
You know, after the first meeting I attended, I went back because Padova used to have that golf course out there, but I guess he sold it last year or something. But it'd be nice to have it in the county.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course not. Even.
No, a little close.
Well, I mean, we should have a commitment tomorrow, Alexa. So you're meeting with him tomorrow?
Mhm.
So we should have an idea, but
Tomorrow,
probably won't meet till next Tuesday.
We have to discuss that, but yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's our next scheduled day, but we need to discuss that.
I just wonder if we weren't to put something together at the 600 just to see if we get any interest.
Yeah, and if we can get
Or
the
actually, we could even put in there, we're trying to get this off the ground. We need to know if there's interest. We're thinking around $600 a team. And then hopefully by next meeting, if nobody responded to that helps us make our decision, right? But if we do get some response back, so yeah, I might put a team together and all that. We think we might get
point
there.
on that is who are you sending it out to get that interest? I mean, just sticking it on the website or the Facebook page is not going to get
so
anybody.
So you put together some kind of thing on the Facebook page, and then we can share it out to all the Facebook groups. It'll be on the website. There's probably some golf
Can you throw it
scramble
out
groups.
on Nixle at all?
Huh?
Can you throw it out on Nixle?
Well, it go out, when he puts it on a website, it goes out to everybody that's
Does it?
signed up for the website.
Okay, so that would go to the business
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, and I would just put it out there. We're trying to gauge interest in the golf scramble. We're thinking around $600. We need to know within this week if there's enough interest to have the event or not, or something like that. And then next week when we meet, if we need to convert it to a mini golf event or something, we can look at that. Or if Wentworth comes back.
But I mean, I'll go ahead and pull all the information together. I'll call these
Yeah.
places. Is there one in Pasco County that somebody could suggest? Golf course. That would. I mean, I know a lot of them are kind of.
No,
Seven Springs.
there's several.
I know there's several.
There's
but-
several up north here, off 52.
There's the ones in 54 Heritage Springs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Indian Springs is right over here too, which is a nice one.
Seven Springs is available.
Yeah, the Seven Springs. That's what I meant, not Indian Springs.
Hudson Avenue.
All right. Oh,
Yeah, maybe call and get some other
okay.
stuff. Obviously, Ryan is a member of Innisbrook. That's why that was always brought up.
Yeah, and which is why I never went outside of that. But
well, until we know what sponsorship thing, we got to make other decisions. So
okay, but I can at least pull the information together. If he comes back with a great sponsorship, we're still ahead.
yeah, and I'd say after your conversation tomorrow, if you can reach out to Ashley and she can get that information out to us,
Either
then
tomorrow or Thursday.
Yeah.
He's called into an emergency
Okay.
situation.
okay. Anything else on actually budgets and stuff or anything?
But as far as like the doing the tournament, it's set to go. All you just got to sign.
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
And, I mean, even Honda's on board. Everything is on board. So
Okay. Did Honda? I don't know if he said he'd do it there.
He
probably do it
he's ready.
any course because he's a member there too.
South,
So.
he knows it's at the South Course, and he. You have to say that I've not even talked about other courses with anybody,
Yeah.
so that I don't know whether.
We just touch base with him if we
I will.
were to change the
Yep.
event, would that affect his?
Yeah, but John was a really nice guy.
Yeah, no, he is. Okay. Anything else? If not, I'll move on to item number 2, update on the bowling tournament. So let me give you an update on that. The event's up on tournamentbowl.com. All the flyers done. So all the information up there. They can sign up online, and they would pay at the bowl. There's no online payment. There is an option out there to put a PayPal address in, but figured it'd be better not to do that because see, I have a PayPal account, and I didn't want to use mine. And so they basically sign up online to Tournament Bowl, and then they show up the day of the event and they pay at the event. And so at the event, we would take in the money, we pay the bowling alley, and we distribute the rest of the money as prize. So it's really pretty simple. And there's no cost at that. There's no cost to go at the bowling alley. We did switch it to. We had to switch the time because of Joe, the other guy's going to help me direct it. He couldn't get there at noon, so we moved it from 2 to 6. And we couldn't do it at the bowling alley right here, so we had to move it to the other alley off of Old 54.
Oh.
So the venue changed that. So that's Langlo South is where the event's going to be on the 22nd, from 2 to 6. And basically, you show up at 2. That's when the check-in is, and all that stuff gets done. And bowling starts at 3. So, but anyway, that's all the details are out there. Flyers done. I took flyers to both alleys to sit out in there where they have all their other tournament stuff. I think, remember Robson had to leave, but I think she's going to try to hit some of the league nights. I bowl on Wednesday night at South, so I'll make sure each one of my teams in my league have a copy of it, and we'll push it. And so hopefully we'll get enough signups to do that. But again, we've got 20 lanes reserved over there. So over the next week or so, we should have some signups. I did have somebody reach out to me already looking at putting a team together. So I think we'll do okay on that, but we'll know more as it gets. It just went out the beginning of this week. So,
Mr. Chairman, what's the $500 for the budget then? I don't remember what we decided on that.
So if for instance, if signage, whatever we're going to do signage wise for that tournament, right? Whether it's a banner or what have you. I don't intend to spend that at all, other than if there's like Ocean Honda, they are entitled to 2 free team events. So if they say we want to put a bowling team together, then $100 of that would be to cover their buy-in for the team.
Okay.
But really, other than signage and that, there's really not any budget. We stuck $500 in there.
I thought we were using the same banner signage as we are for every other event with all
We
the
are-
sponsors.
Well, we're gonna make a universal banner, but just in case any of the, if we wanted to do individual banners for specific events, if we come across that. So,
And I don't know if we're going to need anything really, other than like I said, if we have to pay for Ocean Honda's team entry, that'd be $100. So technically $400 to come back.
yeah, it's more or less just an estimated anyway. So
Any questions on bowling stuff? It's in case you didn't see the fight, so $60 is the team entry. That covers the lanes. The other $40 goes towards prize fund. So next up, item number 3, discussion on Field Day Craft Fair Flea Fest, March 9th. Sure, I know you had some stuff to talk about on the Flea Fest.
I'm going to propose to the committee that we have a charge of $40 for a business vendor or a typical vendor, and $10 for community members that just want to come out and do flea market style. That actually comes from a request from somebody in the city that very much misses that ability to go up on 19 and pay $10 to sell their stuff. So I thought that's a nice nice way to engage with the community. Taste of Port Richey, I'm proposing $100 per stop. Port Richey Got Talent, I'm still working on that. Car show, $15 for pre-registered car, $20 at the day of the show. Food truck rally, $100 per truck. Golf cart parade, $20 pre-registered, $30 the day of. Regatta, $50. I'm probably going to put a tiered thing from $50 to $100 per entry. Plus, I'm hoping to collect per stop, but that's a little bit later on. The Mutt Strut will be $10 a dog.
Okay. Do we need to agree to set those fees now, or?
I definitely need the Centennial, Taste of Port Richey, and car show, food truck, golf parade.
I
Those
think
have
we need
to,
to have
have to start.
those. I think she needs to submit those
Mr.
fees.
Chairman,
Yes.
can I just talk real quick, because I have to hop off of here?
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm sorry to interrupt you guys.
Your husband said that's
I
fine.
just wanted to make a point that we're making flyers, they really need to be consistent to what we already have. As well as, especially where it says, like some of them said Port Richey, they need to specify that it's City of Port Richey. And make sure that pretty much all the information is matching up to what we have on the other flyers. Obviously, the bowling tournament is a little bit different because they're being directed to Chairman Hoover, but we need to make sure that the stuff is going to admin at cityofportritchie.gov and not just an employee's email. So I just wanted to bring that up, but I do have to hop off. I'm very sorry. I'm working, and I have to take care of an issue here.
Okay. Thanks, Cam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So on the Flea Fest, also we got these you put together, I guess, right? And I guess the two versions: one's landscape, one's portrait.
No, one's for the event. It's sized for the event
Oh,
to
gotcha.
go up on Facebook. That's
Gotcha.
proper sizing.
This is the flyer. This
That's
is
the flyer.
digital media. Okay. So
It's just a makeup because I wasn't sure whether we were going to change the
yeah.
date.
So to
I
Kim's
need
point,
the-
you want to use the admin at cityportrait.gov for the email
Okay.
address,
That's fine.
and then obviously anytime you put Port Richey, put City of Port Richey, just to tie it to the actual city.
Okay.
And I would say Centennial Celebration, Flea Fest, and Craft Show, because it's all part of the Centennial Celebration. So we've been marketing as
So-
100-day celebration.
And so on the cost for this particular event, the Flea Fest and Craft Show, you said $40.
$40 for a professional vendor
Mhm.
or business, and $10 for an individual.
Okay.
Or we can say, resident of the city. Outside the city, it's the $40. I don't.
Thoughts?
I like that better.
I'd like to have those fees, all the fees that she's mentioning, put together, submitted to the clerk, so we can put it on the following agenda for discussion. That way, we have time to look them over. I like to.
That was just the Taste of Port Richey, $100 per stop. What is, explain that?
Well, they're going through and going to different places. It's a,
Right, so if they went to 5 or 6, it'd be like $500 or $600.
no, per stop. The stop pays for it. So we're sending people there.
Oh,
Oh, so if they
Yeah, that's
want
not
to. Can you explain that again?
yeah, explain it.
In other words, if somebody wants to be on the passport, let's call it a passport,
Yes.
they would have to pay $100 to be on the passport. So because we're bringing business to them.
So let's say Hooters, $100.
Mhm.
Okay, and then how much would be the, like, let's say us, the individuals that want to go to the stops, or we just whatever we consume is what we pay.
What you consume is what you pay.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
So it's free
there's
event
no-
for the participants,
yeah, essentially.
unless you
for,
have them
uh-huh.
selling stuff.
Right.
Okay,
Flyers are free.
we're fine.
So, well, the only thing would delay until next meeting, obviously, as a week goes by and we can't publish this out and try to get people signed up for it. We're not defraying any costs here, right? This is just money coming into the city.
Mm-hmm. Can people pay the day of the event for these things?
No, you sign up for it.
No, so you have to sign it up. Okay.
You want to avoid that at all costs because then if you have people show up, you don't know where to put them.
What-
And you
so-
have to have a map of where to put them.
Right, because I was going to talk to you about that with the business
Maybe once
expert.
a that's fine with me. I mean,
Was there a reason that you want to wait till next week, or is
I'm
it
just saying, it just just time to absorb, and compare these fees. I mean, Flea Fest is in March.
Well, I think for
March 9th?
craft shows, $40.
Yeah, but she's
That's
got to
not
get
that
people
expensive.
registered.
Yeah.
That's why she's
That's
got
a good
to.
price.
I can tell you that she charged $50 for a booth there at our waterfront event, right?
Mhm.
Every month. So this is a
I
little
usually-
less.
For the Flea Fest, I usually do.
And
it's
this is really an extension of that. Just it's kind of shared because you're not having a separate first Sunday.
I'm not having first time. Yeah.
So this is the
Mhm.
the monthly market.
Yeah.
So this is a community market on steroids for the Centennial, basically. So,
And
Or
so
you think-
those vendor charges then would make their payments to City of Port Richey and go through Adam.
Community markets has nothing to do with this. This is Cheryl as the committee vendor for the city of Port.
she's canceled her
Well,
chamber event.
yeah, the chamber event was on the same day as the cancer walk, so that's gone.
So
That's
they canceled that. This is replacing it. So
Mhm.
this is a city event. But what's good about it is those vendors have been coming, some of them for 3 and 4 months now, and this is just the next month. So they're going to have, hopefully, let's say 30 some.
Typically not the same vendors.
But
So-
there may be, I know
There may
I mean,
be.
I talked to a few, they said
Yeah.
they were interested in coming
Mhm.
for the Centennial one. So, and I guess the $40 fee as opposed to the 50 normal fee was to increase participation. So we have more booths.
Or 10.
It's a different structure when we add the Flea Fest because they're not out there with professional vendors. They're out there with anybody that wants to sell anything. So there's a different level of
Sure.
expectation.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Can we, just for my sake, for record keeping, can we go through each one and give me a price breakdown so that way I know moving forward when we start taking in, I know.
Yeah, we're just talking about the Flea Fest craft show right now.
Flea Fest Craft Show Much Strut though. She was listed
Well, she
on
listed a
the
bunch of
bunch, so
them.
I
I'm
listed
trying-
all of them,
Yeah, we
but
just-
I'll submit those by
Okay.
email.
Okay, so Flea Fest.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about now, the Flea Fest.
What is the recommended price?
She recommended 40 for vendors
business,
and then $10
$10
for
the public.
for public.
for public.
And is there a size?
10 by 10.
So $10. It's 10 by 10
10 by
for
10,
the public as well.
10 by 10, table tent, tarp, tailgate.
Okay.
And that
I
was
think that's
the only one for this event specifically,
Mhm.
for this
Yeah.
item.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So does anybody have any qualms with that pricing? I mean, again, whatever it's charged coming into cities, it's a money maker.
I think that's good.
Yeah,
And I need the Ocean Honda
I
logo.
sent that to you, so I'll do that to me. You should have it.
Okay, I'll double check.
so by consensus, is there any objections to 40 and 10?
No.
Okay, so move forward with that and then make those changes to the flyer and what your costs on there, and we can push that out.
Is there a limit on attendance?
Well, as far as booths, yes, there. How many 10 by 10s can you get in there?
200.
200.
200, okay. Thank you.
Does that leave room for Honda to have a booth, or is that included? What? Because they get
I'll
a
be
free
included in the number.
in the 200. 200 is full.
Mhm.
Okay. Do we want to limit how many the public? So if it says it's 400 max, we're going to allow 100 public and 300 business, or 200, 200, or does it
We
matter?
have 3 weeks to staff get participants on this event.
So-
I don't think we need to limit anything.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if that mattered. Okay. So let's get that out and advertise. So, anything else on the Flea Fest Craft Show?
Any other changes to the flyer or?
No, just City of Port Richey. Anybody else have any?
Not as long as if the dates and times are fine and she's got the right address. She's going to change the Ocean Honda's logo. Admin at City of Port Richey, as long as we make that change, and then the time. So
Do you want to have a sign up on the back like we have on the other flyers that people can
Yeah,
fill out, and
I'll go ahead and do that for the flyer.
you have to put it back together with just the information you need to sign up and whatever? Then I think we're good. Push that out. What other event did you want to talk about? You mentioned the taste. Let's do them in order.
They want that submitted by
So we can
email.
put it as a discussion.
Okay, this is the first one that you have,
Mhm.
right? The other ones are after this?
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, we can wait till next week to cover the rest of those. Okay. Field day.
Um, Right, so obviously I need to add City of Port Richey at the top.
Do we have something here? Let's see.
And it's not, I don't think it got printed.
Oh, it's on the
But
agenda
on the
packet.
it did get emailed. But this is what it looks like. Okay.
Let me see if I can pull it up here.
I thought it was cute.
But it's simple. I'm not a graphic artist. The biggest part, other than adding City of Port Richey, is I gotta have the Honda logo. You have that one you were gonna send out?
Yeah, I'll make a note.
Okay.
Here, I just gonna share it with us.
Okay, so I need that, and also we need, like, for the registration form, we were talking earlier about solidifying. This is what we put on all of our registration forms. So I just need, like, what are we saying? What are we, and like the job form, if we're just doing the registration there, I need like the address, the website address. So, that part is just, as far as the flyer goes, that's pretty much it. The 5K would start at 10 a.m. in Waterfront Park, go down to Nix Park, around the loop, go down to Rum River.
Can you put?
I've got, there's a link on the, I think she sent that to you.
Is there a way you could put like on the flyer, kind of a map with the
I could probably do that.
little graphic of the map with the route on there?
Yep, I can do. And anyway, and it would go back through the neighborhood and then come back around, back back at Waterfront Park, so that way we're handing out. So that the costs come from, we need a starter, somebody to start the race. I don't know whether that could be a DJ. We need some kind of a DJ or announcer for the event. We need medals, T-shirts, and it's $20 per runner. So their medal cost would be covered. The T-shirt cost would be covered. Safety pins for the numbers. The numbers would have to be printed. Water bottles. I'm hoping to get a sponsor for the water bottles with a company logo of some sort on it. And swag bags. I've got to start with Honda, but I've got a few more ideas as well on that.
Is there any prize money for the 5K race or no?
No. The question I had was,
medals or anything?
Every person gets a medal.
Okay.
One of the
medals and T-shirts. I don't know.
Well,
if
so
you need
each
to do
one would
that.
get a T-shirt
And a medal.
And they would get the T-shirt before the race, and that we would expect them to wear the T-shirt during the race.
But I'm saying, so you're giving them a T-shirt and a medal.
Yeah,
they're paying for it.
Yeah, it's $20.
Yeah, no,
per
I
runner,
understand
yeah.
that. I'm just asking a question.
Oh, yep. So that was my thought. But obviously we have to agree. So the swag bags would be all, I mean, I might have to buy the bags themselves, but that's super cheap.
Yeah.
But everything inside of them would be donated. The chili cook-off itself would need bowls, spoons, napkins. Are we selling drinks? Or are they just going to get those from food trucks? And then cheese. I mean, so it's minimal cost, but $2 a bowl. Obviously that would cover that cost.
Well, so on the field day for food truck stuff, are we going to have those? Are you helping with that or?
I don't know. We slightly discussed it last
Yeah,
week.
I think we probably should have some food vendors there.
Food trucks on
Field day. Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
And 3 or 4 is not. That would probably be fine. I'm estimating like up to 50 runners.
Is there an entry fee for
Could get
food
more.
trucks?
Because it's a 5K fun run. It's not necessarily is there a,
Entry fee for the food trucks?
Well, just what do you charge normally? 50.
50.
yeah, standard.
There's nothing on this flyer that talks about the field day, like which events you're going to do. Is there entry to participate in the events?
So when they would get there, there'd just be a little sign up table and just have like a sign up for each one. and we'll have them scheduled out so that way we, and that way pretty much anybody can join in. But that way we make sure if we can only have 10 people at this event or 30 people, however many, then those 30 slots would get filled up.
Is there a payment for that?
No, not for the games. No,
Okay.
The field days side of it is completely free. The money comes from the run, and then just the offset the cost of like the bowls and stuff like that. The $2 per bowl of chili.
A lot of race registration forms have insurance waivers. Do we need to include any of that, Matt? Do you know, or do we need to ask the attorney?
For the field day participants, probably need some kind of
And
waiver.
the race.
Because somebody twists an ankle or something.
Does that need to be included in the registration form?
When I pull Chopper into the river, when we had a tug of war event, we're gonna need a waiver.
Yeah, typically is, and then you have to sign at the bottom.
All right, and with the tug of war, I don't think we can actually pull somebody into the water. There's too many barnacles and oysters and stuff. So what I was proposing is we have like 10 yards or 5 yards, however much room seems safe, and have a line on this side of the river and a line on this side of the river. When they get crossed across that line, not actually falling into the water. To be safe.
That didn't sound fun at all.
But it's still across the
Well,
river.
hopefully Newport Richie's going in the river. That's what I was. It could be us, I guess. Well, you should care because you're going to be on a tug of war line. Just as this bit. Be the anchor.
He's the anchor.
You got to fight Sal for that.
Oh no, I never said I was going to do that.
Let go.
Nope.
But that's my proposal, is to be safe about it, because
That's a good
otherwise we would have to have some kind of a landing there to cover barnacle. I mean, then you're talking a lot of cost and a lot of preparation.
That's a better idea.
No, it was a few
Well, I don't know.
legs.
You get one of those mats or something to lay on each side. I mean, once somebody goes in the water, you'd stop. I mean,
I know, I get that, but you could have 4 or 5 people falling in the water, because once one side loses their balance, it's those first 3 to 5 people are
right.
following suit.
I'd say pull them in the water. I'm down for that. Consensus?
I think it should be.
I mean, I'm gonna be in the front, so I
I think the water's a bad idea. I think we should have. I'm
I mean, people are really excited about seeing this.
Well, I get it.
How many people?
And it would still be over the water.
When I brought it up, everybody was like, "Oh, that's a great idea!"
Everybody.
Right?
I mean, it would still be
Lots
over
of
the water.
Chopper. Is it just you and Chopper having that conversation? How many people is
Well,
everybody?
we talk a lot of people now, so I mean, we're trying to get the the anticipation up.
I mean, if it was like a pier on each side, I don't see a spot on the river
Well,
that
no,
has that.
Yeah, so I don't want to fall in deep water. So I mean,
Well, it would be safer to
Yeah,
fall
it
in
would
deep
be-
water, though.
Well, it
And
would
then
be,
the
I agree with her. It would
police
be-
boat could fish you out. I mean, it would be
There you
much
go.
safer. It's the shallow water I'm worried about, because I mean, I've fallen in and it hurts a lot.
so I would think that we got to find a place.
Right.
I actually went down there to look on the Newport Richie side over there. That's probably good, but on our side it's all docks and
Right. That's
So
that's the problem.
that's the problem at that location. I don't know if you move on back. I didn't go over there, but I know that we have. There's a marina there. There's a boat ramp.
Don't look at me. I'm totally against this.
The
So.
boat ramp, even if you're talking about a boat ramp has a ton of barnacles on the end. You cannot go on a boat ramp.
Listen, he wants to do it. Let him do it.
This is a live.
Yeah, but, I mean,
As long as everyone signs the waiver, you can do whatever you want.
He wants to go in the water. Let him go in the water.
life jacket.
He should just jump in the water. That's
Yeah.
fine. I'll pay for that.
armor,
A helmet.
yeah, don't.
Be ready.
I mean,
You noted your
we're talking
safety
stitches.
concerns. Let's
Okay,
move on.
I don't want you to have stitches.
Well,
How about we take you out to Dirty Key? All of you. It'd be the battle for Dirty Key.
audience couldn't watch us on boat. Need to have something close to shore because nobody can see out there.
Actually,
Live streaming
Yeah, we live stream.
with big screen out in Waterfront Park.
We dropped-
survived.
Or we drop them all off at Dernickey, and the first one that swims back
Yes.
wins.
Perfect.
Wins both cities.
Right. Wins the keys to both cities. We'll put big keys.
Okay, so we just changed the event to City of Port Richey Gasparilla.
There you
Go. No.
Well, I like the tug of war. So I guess if we don't have to do it across the river,
No, I mean, I think go across the river is great.
Just-
as long as I still have not heard back from Administrative Captain Thomas Quinn next door. But I was supposed to hear from him earlier, but did not. Anyway,
we could put.
it sounds like they have the rope.
Yeah.
To do that, but
I guess for simulation purposes, we could get 2 of those little plastic swimming pools at the line, so that the first person goes into the
we
water.
could do that.
Maybe
yes.
do that or something.
Yes, we could definitely do that. All right.
In the name of
That
safety.
sounds much safer.
Yeah, because I don't want Chopper to get hurt. So.
Well, you'd be safer than you. At least where we're talking about doing it.
All right, we got to figure that out. I'm okay with taking the river out of play.
Well, I mean, I think it should still be across the river.
Across the river, just taking
yes,
getting in the river
right
out of play. Unless you find sandy areas on both sides. Then I think it's okay.
That's just not there. Yeah, I mean, I've looked and searched, but I have not found anything with enough space. I mean, there's a couple little where you could kind of walk in one person, but not tug of war.
Yeah.
Julie, can you add, like Kim was saying, the City of Port Richey Centennial the celebration thing on there?
Said that first off.
Yeah. Okay. And then list the field day event.
Yep.
Same stuff.
And then the wording for the registration, and then obviously I'll need a waiver of some sort.
Right.
Send a legal team to definitely have a set waiver, maybe for all the events that we have like this. The other thing, because we're having games, is each person that we'll have to have somebody registering, and which I can do. That every person will have to sign a waiver when they come in if they're going to play in the game.
What do you have a list of games or like in cornhole?
So I do have some of them are listed on here. But I've got cornhole, sack race, tug of war, obstacle course, which I'm proposing to the fire department to make it a future firefighters obstacle course.
Oh wow.
That's what I'm hoping to get from them. Limbo, and obviously cornhole can be accessible. And then there's an egg and spoon race. It's like 5 people in a row, which can also be an accessible thing.
Eggs are expensive nowadays. You probably have a budget amount, right?
Like the 40 cents an egg.
We can do Easter eggs.
Oh, yeah.
And a 3-legged race, and I had a question as if anybody had anything else to propose as far as. I mean, we don't want to have too many things.
Greased pigs.
Greased pigs, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't make the list already.
Well, see, that's the difference between guys and girls putting the list together.
What about pie in the face for the city managers?
If you were up for that.
What dunk tank?
Only if we can
do that.
Oh, do we have? Does the city have a dunk tank?
No, we don't have a dunk tank. I don't know. I guess you could rent those.
Find it.
Have we,
Yeah, you can rent one.
Sal? Have we ever rented a dunk tank?
Not to my knowledge.
We had talked about doing that on the opening night.
We should do
Right.
that though on field day. That would be nice.
All right, dunk tank. Well,
I would do it.
instead of pie in the face, or you
do
could
what?
do pie in the face and then do
And
the
dunk
tank.
tank. There you
I
go.
can't. One second. I got this important information coming from city manager.
Sorry.
I would do it, but only sparkling water.
Sparkling water. Oh, the dunk tank? you mean?
Wow.
What about the pie in the face?
That is fancy.
Sparkling water.
Well, what we could propose is that the first, second, and third place winners of all the events get to throw a pie in your face, or first, or maybe the winner of each race gets to.
Well, so
These are not like spectacular races, so I mean, it's just going to be they get a swag bag.
It's a fun day.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But like the dunk tank stuff, I mean, I would sell tickets to throw or whatever.
Right. Yeah, we
Right.
can do $1 ticket on that,
Yes.
and they get $3 or something. But the pie in the face, maybe like the winners could do.
Yeah, you figure something out.
Okay.
I just want to get a
Just
pie.
so you're not.
I want to get a pie
Hit too
in
much
Matt's
out.
face. That's all I'm looking for.
Oh wait, nobody said anything.
I'll
about
pay
that.
whatever the ticket price is.
Depends what flavored pie is.
Yeah, what don't you like?
No, it's usually just whipped cream and a pie shell. Just, yeah.
We want full, nasty, sticky apple pie or something.
But the proposal is to do each race at a set time, so that way everybody can cheer everybody on. And so the chili cook-off would start at, the judging would be at 12 noon, and then sell the bowls directly after.
Now, is there an entry fee for the chili?
I do not have one on there, and I don't know that we really need one, because they would be bringing a pot of chili.
Well, I'm just saying, if you had an entry fee, you know, this goes back to the whole city money thing or whatever, but if you had an entry fee, then the winner would get a prize, potentially.
True.
And a free pie to throw at whoever they'd like.
All right, fine. All right. So that was another question on some. I mean, the flyers have to be fairly succinct as far as information goes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, like, you can click on the flyer, but is there another space that we have that would spell out every more details about the event?
Well,
Like when they click on
when you
this,
post on the thing, there's a narrative you can put with it that you can list all the stuff on.
so there's a narrative, so I could put
Yeah,
something
it's-
that could be for a narrative, and then also the flyer, and then here's the flyer,
Yeah.
which is where they register.
Right.
Well, then I wouldn't have to put as much stuff on
Yeah.
the flyer. Okay, that way I could get more. All right, so chili cook-off entry fee would be $10, maybe.
Something like that.
You were asking also who's judging.
Yeah. So then that comes down to who's going to judge the chili. I mean, I assume maybe whoever committee members can join, as well as I know.
Either that or council members could judge. Or, if you want.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be. I think it should be mostly city of Port Richey officials. I mean, like the fire chief, hopefully will be there.
Yeah.
So,
Or I mean,
but I've
I went to one where basically, it was a donation. Obviously, we paid to eat, and we each got to taste the chili, and then we put a card in which one we let the public basically judge. At the end of the day, you count up who liked what ticket wise, and then that was the winner.
That's a good way to do it. Then you do
The only problem with that is
determine the winner at the end.
Right.
the only problem with that is somebody might make a pot this big. Somebody might make like a massive crock pot full. So I mean, so this one might have 6 bowls. This one might have 20 bowls. I mean, I could specify they have to have enough for 20 bowls.
There you go. Right.
Yeah, I mean, and they had that same issue. Some was small pots, some was bigger pots, or whatever. But the sampling, you basically just went and sampled a little bit
Right.
from each one,
I know.
and then obviously with your payment, you got to eat too. But if it's just everybody sampling little cups or whatever.
Oh, so you want to just give out samples?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is your event, so
No.
I'm just saying that's just
No, that makes.
that's a format that they taste because nobody's going to eat a bowl of chili from 10 bowls or 10 people's chili.
No. I
Look,
know.
a little shot glass of chili. And they taste each one of them, and then they could basically say
You just use the little cups.
they have a red ticket and they put it in whatever one they like the best. That's one way to do it, and then you get the conglomerate basically vote as opposed to the individuals. Or you could
But
do
if we've got like 100 people, 200 people there, and you have, I mean, you'd literally take all of the chili to
So
make
for
those taster
$1.
cups. Then there's not really enough for lunch. I don't know if you would want.
well, we're gonna have food truck stuff there
Right,
too.
exactly. So that's why
if
this would
it's-
just be just the tasting.
Well, for $1, you could get the samples and then vote, and then you could also buy the regular size bowl for $2, like you were
But
thinking.
that's going to take so much chili. I mean, if you got so many people there,
Well, you
Yeah.
have small samples.
I know, but
yeah,
if you
I
get
would-
200 people.
I would say
it's gonna
don't
take-
plan on eating
Selling.
chili.
Okay.
It's a chili cook-off, and you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they have leftovers or whatever, they want to give it out or whatever. It's after the contest. But
So we could do like 50 cents a tasting, or it's 50. I don't know. Or $1. $2, and they could taste them all.
Entry fee to put your chili in, and then there'd be a small fee to taste.
Okay.
And participate in the thing.
Like $1 to take
Yeah.
test them all.
Something like that.
But now do the chili makers also have to pay an entry fee to be part of this? Yes.
The
Yeah,
$10 entry fee,
Okay.
and then that way the winner would get
Some money.
the money. I mean,
Or gift card or whatever.
we could do like a hottest. Could get like
Yeah, you could have a couple,
20%
you could
or
have a couple different
25%.
divisions. You could have spicy blends and
Well, we could just do the hottest chili and the winter chili.
just put them all on this. Have a couple different. I get you. Hot chili, best tasting, best
Something
in
like
show. what
2 or
looks the
3,
best.
just like 2 or 3
Yeah.
different.
That makes sense.
And so I'd have to come up with a little card for them to.
Most gas producing chili.
Oh God, that's right. Don't want to know.
That was for Adam.
TMI.
I know already. You like that?
I think there should be just a limit, like 3 categories, because otherwise. it's
Right,
gonna
that's what I'm saying. Just like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely the winner, the hottest, and then maybe one more. Yeah.
You just have
So I would have to have
three colored tickets, and they put.
All right. So how do I go about getting a DJ or announcer? Is that just going to be one of us that's going to try to announce the events as they come up, or like who's winning the race?
One of us could probably do that.
Or
I
do I hire a like a DJ
Well, I
that
think,
could play music at the event and announce everything?
I think the two things we need to establish is, what's your overall budget going to be? Like what you require, and then
That's why I'm
and then
asking.
and then start getting quotes for entertainment or a DJ, master ceremonies, someone to do that throughout the day. So
Right, but now that we've got, I mean, because the runners will pay for everything, the entry fee will pay for prizes, but then we've got $2 to taste. I mean, that's going to cover like all the other costs.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why if you have a projected budget, then
I
you'll-
don't, because that's why I needed to discuss all
Well,
this.
for
right.
field day, is that something you want to do or
no,
no?
because I have a
That was definitive,
I'm
right?
I have,
perfectly fine.
I have an obligation on the 8th.
Oh, so
Oh,
you
sorry.
gave me that
I'm
now.
perfectly fine pulling it all together, but I just need to know what my parameters are, what I'm allowed to.
Or you want to have music?
It would be.
Because if you just need somebody
it would
to,
solve the problem of you would have an announcer and you'd have a little music in the background,
I
and
know
it'd just
someone
be somebody
who's a
playing
DJ
CDs.
who I can hook you up with.
Okay.
Would you run in those circles?
I wasn't aware that there were circles that you actually congregate in, but I mean,
guys do? Do you have like DJ contests?
oh, there's people that I can steer her way to contact. Sure, I know there's people I know. I mean, yeah.
But that would solve the problem. Like, all right, so here
Right.
come the runners. They can
Right.
announce as people are coming in, and then also the other money issue or thought was, are we going to buy a trophy? Of course, the $20 would cover. Would we get a trophy for the winning female and winning male of the race?
I think she should have an estimated budget of $2,500. That way, that'll cover any of these outside expenses. We can put that down for now, and then any costs that any of the fees and stuff will offset that, so she'll be under budget regardless. DJs, even if we can get someone that someone knows, that's great. If they can donate those services, even better, just to get their name out there. But that's going to range for that type of event. I can tell you offhand between $500 to $800 that they're going to charge. Probably more in the 800 range, to be honest with you. and then the trophies and and other handouts and the medals probably going to cost you anywhere between $350 altogether.
Well, that's
So,
a lot that's
but
coming in.
and that's what I'm saying.
And then
But
with
that'll
$20 a runner, that'll.
but that's
be
why I'm
great.
saying most of that's going to be offset. But we want to at least have an estimated budget so we know where we stand and what we need.
You
So
think
I need
1,500
I
or
just need a
2,500?
single person with it.
1,500. I'm cheap.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
2,500 seems like a lot.
how about we meet in the middle? 2?
1,400.
You're going down there.
I mean, I would call it
Well,
safe
there's-
with 1,500.
Regardless, it's going to offset anyway. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. This is an estimated projection. It's not that she's going to use $2,000.
Oh, I know.
It's in there to
Correct.
say that's what's for this event.
Well, she always come back if she
But she's
needs
going to be
more.
way under budget regardless. I mean, she's good with the fees and everything. It's going to be under anyway. So, but with some of the, we got to factor, and I don't know if this is something that the city's going to incur, but we have to talk to the police and fire department, which are going to have to be on scene for pretty much the whole day. They're going to have to be involved in mapping out the race. Probably going to have the roads blocked off during the race when those runners are running,
Yes.
and then traffic control and everything like that. You definitely want fire. I mean, especially if you're going to get tug of war, pulled around, or whatever is going to happen to you. You're definitely going to want EMS there on site just in case something happens. But even with all the other events, we definitely want them there. So we'll have to talk
Overtime
We'll have
expenses.
to talk about overtime expenses, which is a bit
But
different.
he's
But
hitting on my
those-
final discussion on, am I the one that talks to these guys, or
Well, fire and police is something that will.
that's kind of what I was.
That's a city. But the cost and stuff is something we'll have to talk about with Adam and the city manager about.
Right, and the final question is also what, because the route goes through neighborhoods, do I need any permissions from residents? It's only going to be about an hour.
No, I don't think permission from direct residents. I don't know if
I ran races through the city of Port Richey and through the neighborhoods and
I'm thinking it's such
didn't
a
do any
small
of that.
window that people,
Yeah.
as soon as all the racers are through,
Right.
the traffic, whoever's doing traffic can pull those cones up.
You might want to you could maybe notify them that this is going to be happening. So plan
Well, that's what I-
plan
that's
accordingly. Like
more of a
don't think
notification.
that you need to, go out at noon or 10 o'clock in the middle of the race. You're not going to be able to get out of your house or plan
any of the park
accordingly.
events or internal city events, especially at the waterfront park, should be done through development services as far as like permitted. That way they know that they'll set that date aside. They'll help you out as far as any anything that's going to be required as far as vendor spacing, the food trucks, stuff like that. I think any of those, especially in at waterfront park, should be permitted through the development services. We can have them waive that fee, but that should be handled to them so that side is taken care of. And they also coordinate with staff as far as that there's police and fire going to be needed at stuff like that because it's a city event. But especially
when I was talking to the fire department today that they didn't even have this on their radar.
well, they've been sent a list of events. I've already talked to Gary about this, fire chief, so he knows. And they were emailed an updated list recently, so they know about the events. What they don't know is the particulars. So
Right, which ones
that they're going to be responsible for.
Okay.
Because we may not need them. We may not need them at the pub crawl, or something like that. But field day, absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
The May 18th celebration, absolutely. The what was the other one that we were having? The festival, the craft fair, Flea Fest. Maybe, but it's not like we're having, you're not doing exercises or people running around or anything like that. That's just vendors setting up. So there's
All right.
very minimal for
So
that
with
one.
the development services, are you suggesting that I go to them and get this permit?
Ashley and I will talk to them first thing tomorrow morning.
All right, and then have her email me if I
Yes.
need to call them
Absolutely.
because I want to do it this week
Okay.
just to get that going. Okay,
Well, you won't get a lot done.
that is it for me.
They thought council meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is second and fourth Tuesday. Newport Richie is first and third.
You got it? Can I address you guys real quick?
For the Centennial, what's it? This is not city council. This is a different committee. Talk to Hayes City Manager. He can help you out.
Right, John, St. Mark, these are my neighbors.
Let's see. So we had.
That takes care of all of my questions that I can finalize, and I can
Okay.
text you.
On your, because the registration form is just the 5K registration. I guess you want to, say.
Correct. So now I'm going to have to add a chili registration. Although, so the chili, I would hope that they could just bring it that day and sign the little form, or, I'm registering my chili. Here's my name.
Yeah, I mean,
like I would hope that
give their entry fee.
Yeah, and they could give their.
You may just reference for chili cook-off is in.
Reference
show up on day of event with your chili. Or
yes,
whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
The only thing is logistically they have to have, some power and.
That's what I'm saying. How do we take payment? Even if we were to do like the $1 a bowl and the $1 a dunk, and
you'd have to take it at the
just
event.
Cash only. We can just write it as a cash only.
That's kind of the bowling being done.
Well, no, the bowling alley is taking the money.
So myself and Joe are taking the money, and we're paying the bowling alley and then paying the prizes. So we're facilitating that.
March 8th.
What are you
Can't you have
doing
one
it through a check?
No, cash.
Only cash. Okay.
Can you have a table there that somebody will man to collect all the money for? They'll sell the tickets for the.
When we at a registration table where you sign up for what race
Yeah.
you want to do and where you
Right.
in your chili. Yes.
Right.
Well, I'm hoping there's a volunteer list that maybe I can steal a volunteer.
As of right now, we've not gotten any volunteers.
Okay, me as a volunteer, I'll help you.
But it would literally
I'll have
take
my
a
husband.
couple people at a registration table saying, "Here's how you sign up for this," and thank you for bringing your chili, and then we can divvy it up in bowls or the little taster.
Yeah.
That would not be hard, and we can give them a little. Give each one the taster, the person that's going to taste it and judge it. When they pay their $1 or whatever or $2, we'll give them a little thing where they hottest, and each chili will be labeled as number 1, 2, 3, and I'll just have little circle stickers or something on the side of them. So it'll be a 1, 2, 3 little sticker on the side of or Sharpie pen, write it on.
Does the city have I don't know, going old school here, but like a cash box or something that we can have at the event?
You can't have it.
Well, I'm not
Okay.
having borrowing
Okay.
it. Okay, we can borrow it and then we just put everything.
I'll let you borrow my cash box. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So we'll have to. So there's policies in place for collecting money as well.
Correct.
So if there's a police officer out there, I'll probably come. I'll probably be there myself.
Okay.
And I'll have me and the officer will take it to
Perfect.
my here.
Okay.
Yeah, you could be the chili payment finance guy,
And do
That's a
you
good
have,
ring to it. Huh?
do you have like a receipt or something?
and you could have free tasting.
Oh, see, okay,
Ooh.
done. So I don't know that we have
Maybe in a bowl if there's any left.
Something we can get. I don't know. You'd give a receipt book to.
But at least for us, so that we know, like, we should have $500. I'm just saying $500 in there. We have.
So you
something
can
that-
you can do a thing and just say, hey, the $1 for the tasting, $10 for entry, and you just write how many people. Like, so we had 10 people. We know we have $100.
Okay.
Or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Well, each entry would have to write down their name and stuff, so we'd have a card for them, so that would be easy. It's
Okay.
just a taster, like we'd have to just have a check or a hashtag system or something.
Right.
As to how many.
So, yeah, we can do that, and it'd be simple.
Okay.
I mean, we're not talking about
Yeah, I'll make
$8,000
that
or
no,
anything.
super
you
simple.
know.
Yeah, no.
All right. So,
And you said you were going to put Ocean Honda on here, right?
yeah, I need to get. She was gonna send. Yeah,
Okay.
she was gonna send me that.
I do have another question though, just piggyback off that one. If we're gonna be selling, let's say, mayor's ball tickets, would that be the same thing that we would do?
Like you
the
could do
cash
that.
box and the events and just.
Well, no, for Mayor's Ball, it'd be
We gotta
registration
pay
in event in advance through the
but-
city, and because
I mean, I
But they would
think
have to come here, or can we do it at the, like, let's say the field day, we have a table set up there where we'll be like, hey, do you guys wanna buy tickets for the mayor's ball? Can we,
I don't see why not.
a
like
check or whatever?
oh, you mean solicit at events and get
Yeah,
people-
so
yeah.
other events. that
Yeah,
we-
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, shoot, we should have a table set up outside.
There should be a city
every
tent
event,
at every
yeah.
event for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
That would
that's
be
what I'm
great.
trying to, but are
The
we
bowling
selling
tournament as well
anything
has somebody in
or-
there to
like selling tickets? Because like the mayor's ball, people want their tickets.
Yeah.
So do we
Right.
sell tickets there? Like you give us X amount and then we give you the ticket?
Well, you could register, and then we, it'd be one of those things where you come in, you're like, hey, Adam Thompson's here.
Oh, then we
Yeah,
do
we'll
that.
be there.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll
Okay.
be there.
We'll call.
We should try and, I
We'll
mean,
call.
it all depends on everyone's availability, but there should be a manned Centennial table at every event
Yeah.
for, if it's going to be
Even if it's just handing out flyers.
Right.
promote the other events,
Right.
T-shirts, events,
Right.
mayor tickets, vendor signups, anything that's coming
And
up.
we should be allowed to
Yeah.
take their check or cash for the
Yeah,
event.
for City of Port Richey. Yeah, anything coming to City of Port Richey, they
And
can make a check to
We
City of
would
Port
have to
Richey,
have,
right?
so,
Events.
so the only thing we would need from you guys is whatever handwritten receipt so that we could give them a receipt.
I don't have one. I can get some receipts.
Yeah, we could
if I
just
want.
easily go to Walmart and get a receipt book.
Yeah.
Just something to write their name, the event, and the amount. So we had a duplicate, the
Mhm.
copy.
I will. I'll order one off of Amazon. I'll be here.
So we'll need that before Friday.
And I'm going to try to go to many events as I can. So I don't mind
Yeah.
sitting at a table and talking and giving flyers and things like
I
that.
mean, I'm
So I have
planning
no
on doing the
problem.
same. There's some I can't. But
Yeah, some either. Yeah, but
Well, what we really want to do is you can register them, but if they want to register, I mean, I would probably say let them go online and pay, like we were talking earlier, because we can do that. But if they want to pay, you can
if we
absolutely
get
take.
the
I didn't.
online
I
payment
wouldn't
set up,
stop it.
we
Yeah.
haven't
I can
split
set that
up
up tomorrow.
He said it, but what we're talking about is very easy to do. So we
Yeah.
can get that set up tomorrow. And that's another thing. It might just save you from having to just take money, make receipts, stuff like that. Just basically hand out. Do you want to sign up for the mayor's
Here's the
ball?
online.
Here's the information.
Yeah.
You want to
If
sign
they
up
have
for
the
this?
cash and they
Here's the
want to pay,
information.
I mean, okay, we can do that. But I'd encourage them to bring it by. So that,
Yeah, either come
Right,
here
yeah.
or just pay online with the
Well,
with the
some
flyer.
people are a little
It's like the
onerous
bowling.
about the 3% fee. So just
Yeah, you're not
so
doing
that
that.
Yeah, no,
anybody-
It's
if they want to offer it to us, we should be able to take it.
it's just like the bowling tournament because we've got the QR code on the bowling tournament flyer. We just basically just want someone to hand them the flyer so they can go ahead and scan the barcode and go ahead and sign up on their own and handle that.
Yes,
So
that would be great.
and put it on them. So I would like to steer away more of like us having to worry
yeah,
about monies
no, true.
and just promoting the events and giving them the information.
Yep.
Here you go, here you go, here you go, and let them
So we
go
can
ahead and
make make a card that has that whip ID on it. And you can just
Right.
like, here, this is just the bit simplest thing.
The
Now,
QR it's a
don't
QR
turn
code?
off if they have $50 or however much it is. I mean, I guess you could take it, but I mean, it's easier to steer it.
Well, that's
do
what I'm
backup.
saying.
Yeah, we can have
In
it for
case
backup,
if they
but-
don't want to,
Right? No, I got you.
or if they
And
don't.
obviously checks are easy too.
Checks are easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people don't walk around with their checkbook though.
Will we have
That's
QR
what
codes too? Like, is that what you're saying with the card?
Well, it'd be a card because ours it's a web ID. You have like a number you put in there, and that
Okay.
way it'll go to that area, so it won't get caught up in the, utility billing.
Is
stuff.
that what we do when we pay utilities at web?
Yeah,
ID?
you have your own.
Okay.
This will go just to that, so it won't
Just
go to
for-
anything else.
Yeah.
Now I got it. Okay.
And everybody should be able to use that same web ID.
Okay.
All right.
We-
Also, forgot. Are we? Because anytime you have a 5K, somebody has to come and pick up their T-shirt, pick up their number, pick up whatever they can.
Wait, before
Right.
the
And
here at City Hall,
I have
probably?
it down here for March 6th between 6 and 8 p.m. Is it okay if I can have our table up here to?
March 6th is a Thursday.
Yeah, I just put it a couple days ahead. I was speculating.
March
on that.
6th, we should have this Citizen Advisory Committee. I think we meet that day. It's a Thursday, March 6th.
Yes,
That's from
CAC.
I wrote it down at 6 to
Yeah.
8, figuring people getting off of work, they
That
could
wouldn't
come
be
down.
bad.
Are they here?
March 6th is CSE.
Oh, so we could still put a table out.
You put a table out front for the
I was just
lobby.
gonna sit
in the
there
lobby for her,
and
and she can do that in the lobby.
Right.
Yeah.
and then I can just hand them their swag bag.
Dispatch know when everybody's out to folks like the CSE.
Yeah, if CSC leaves early and she's still sitting here waiting for people to show. Right.
I'll probably stay with you though. I mean, if she's here by herself, I'll just stay with you, and then I'll let you guys know when to close up, or we let the police know, right?
All right, so that is. I mean, that's what I've got on the flyer.
Okay.
I mean, they can show up a little early on race day, as well if they can't make it. But obviously, we always prefer them show up early.
You could always move outside if you have to close the building.
Oh yeah,
Stay
yeah.
for
We'll be
outside.
fine. We'll
But
be
it's,
fine.
it's
Okay.
yeah.
We'll be fine. Police.
I
will
don't
be-
want to get eaten
police
by
will be
bugs.
Yeah, no. Or humidity.
Oh, I don't think they see that.
Okay, so
I'll
that-
leave it.
So we got everything for field day.
That is everything.
Okay.
For now.
And if there's nothing else on that, we'll move on to discussion on the kickoff parade. Who's got that?
I do.
All right.
So I apologize at first hand if I'm a little all over the place. It's just I'm planning.
Mhm.
So I found out that the sunset on May 10th for the kickoff parade is at 8:11 p.m. So my timing would be from 4:30, so it's not too early, not too late. 4:30 to 8:30, and the reason why I did that is I spoke with Lori Simpson of the Citizen Advisory Committee. She's the chairwoman, and she wanted to do a drum circle, and I think that would be great. So something like an opening for the kickoff. Have the parade ends at Waterfront, and then people can still enjoy. They can enjoy the sunset. They can enjoy maybe some vendors, minimal, but like food trucks, things like that, and then have the drum circle, just some entertainment, and then it ends at 8:30 since sunsets at 8:11.
Okay.
Just to kick it off. I was
This is the big parade, right?
Yes.
So, depending, Newport Richie's parades get pretty big, some of them. So again, I don't know how big it's going to be. We're going to limit entrance to it or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that enough? What's time to start?
4:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
It's going to start where?
Okay, so this was my idea again. Let me know because I really don't know. I was thinking of going through the city, like obviously on this side through the city. Start at Brasher Park. So we start. That's in Coons Road. Okay, Brasher Park. I had to look up the names. And
Was
then
it
ends at Waterfront.
these are going to be floats and stuff, right? Or,
Yes, floats. Whoever can make a float.
I wonder if there's enough
Like
room down there to
cars.
stage all that to start.
I know. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know if. Where would we start though? Then Waterfront and then end at Waterfront. Oh, Walmart. I didn't think about
Walmart that's a good idea.
A parking lot is a good place.
That's a great idea. I didn't think about that. Walmart. Okay, so Walmart.
The hard part about Brasher is it's pretty much at the end of a road.
Yeah. I was just thinking of
There's
getting
no
the
real
communities.
circle.
I know.
Yeah, it's great.
Get the
but
communities, but
So if you start at Walmart,
yeah.
and then you pull it out to
Bay
Old
Boulevard.
Post.
I mean Old Post, yeah. No, Bay Boulevard, right?
No,
Yeah.
you're going to go from Walmart to
Obey,
to,
and then Old
to
Post.
Ritchie to Wilkins to Old Post. Go to Old Post and then either go south. On Bay Boulevard, and then either go south on Old Post or north to Brasher Park. So which way do you want to go from there?
No, and we don't want to, because if we go to Brasher Park, then
You gotta
can
turn
we
around.
make the turn? Yeah. I guess we would go because this was my original thing was just working at Brasher Park, but we could do Walmart. But then I didn't know how people were gonna go like this, go through Wilmslow Park, that you do the turn, you do a turn and then come back, and then go around.
Miller Bayou.
Yes, like Hooters, all that, and then come back. The waterfront,
kind of what it is about kids. Yeah.
something like that. So,
It's, yeah, with the other
but then I think
direction,
about
but yeah.
the floats and stuff, and there's only like one road this way, one road that way. They need the whole things for the road. So then we can do
What about your future safety?
And then they got to sit on the side of the road
that
too.
too.
I wonder if you don't come out of Walmart, just go down
Just go down
Old
Bay
Post
Boulevard,
Road.
Yeah, go down Bay
And
Boulevard
then
to
just
Old
make a
Post,
left on Old
And then they would
Post.
Yeah.
exit.
and
they
then
would
go
exit
to.
across Grand.
Why don't you just go down Bay Boulevard to Old Post and then go into Waterfront Park instead of trying to loop yourself
If
around?
you got floats and stuff to go into Waterfront Park, maybe kind of tricky because it's not.
You don't have enough staging area.
Well, plus I think the idea is.
And that catches parking lot.
Well, you
That's
have
not
your
big enough
parade
either.
route, but the parade, basically, for Newport Richie, for example, it comes down Main Street, right? But they end the parade, they go across 19, and they go out of 19 and leave, and they disperse from there. So it comes down Main Street, out of 19, yeah. So our similar to that would be going out Grand and dispersing.
Go out on Grand and that's it. Okay.
The not the people,
Yes.
but the floats.
Floats. They just.
So you come, stay through Walmart, we can get them all together or whatever.
Right.
Bring them down Old Post Road. And of course, people can line up on Old Post Road
Right.
there, and then you could potentially loop around the waterfront, I guess. But I'd turn and go out across Grand. I would think, or you could actually. What's that road that right there in front of Catches that goes out of 19?
That's River Golf.
River Golf. You could do the one after that. Is that The one right at Catches where you can
Cody.
go out and go right.
No, Cody's the other one.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
No.
turn down that all the time.
Hold on, pull map up.
No, wait. You're talking about where Catches is, and you go out to 19 right there. That's River
so
Golf.
so Walmart's like up here, so they're coming down here. There's like this area in here we can
There's
just
Grand.
end them at, and then they could leave.
Go do this right here.
Next one.
I mean, they could. This is
Yeah,
Catches
that was
parking
River
lot
Golf.
here. They could
Yeah.
kind of just end
I
over
was thinking it
there,
was
like
somewhere else.
end
This, yeah, River
here,
Golf.
There's
end
two
over
sides of
here,
River
and
Golf.
they
There's
can
that one, and then the
Yeah.
other
find their way
side.
out.
So here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It eliminates people going back.
Right. It can't,
Right, okay.
that way,
So just
because you could do it like so they
Chairman, the
come
problem
around,
at River
come
Golf is that
around
there's no
this
light
way,
there
and then
to
just end.
have people cross.
They wouldn't cross. They would
No,
just turn
no
right
cross.
Just
on.
turn
just turn
right
right,
and go
they go.
over the
They would
river.
have to go southbound on 19.
So
Yeah,
if you come
right.
down Old Post,
And then
you
go
come
to
down
Newport Richie
Treadway,
for their
down
parade.
Bayview, dump out on River Golf, get out on 19. This is the floats. They would basically, they go down. If they need to turn around, come back, then they would basically do so somewhere across the bridge, somewhere down
Yeah,
there.
well, I mean, then they're leaving at that point. But
Right.
if they needed to kind of get people together, they could go into Catches parking lot. But the problem is Catches is going to be open,
right.
and all those these is
So we
normal
can just do
restaurant
that.
time,
They can just, okay.
right?
So then
So
do
the
that
other-
little parade route.
Right. They either got to go out there or there.
And then after, can we have then something like at waterfront, like the drum circle and things like that?
Yeah, I think
The food truck.
everybody goes to the waterfront park after the parade.
Perfect. I just want to know something so I can start planning it. And I was thinking about like $25 per
Float.
vehicle or float. Yeah.
That sounds reasonable. That should cover the traffic costs.
I mean, and I don't have a limit.
Yeah, you could take it. Can we cross 19 at Grand with a parade? Probably not.
There's a light vehicle. If it's a regular vehicle, sure. There's light.
Well, I mean, if it's a parade, we would have to.
Block traffic.
Yeah, might have
Oh,
to
yeah.
block traffic and have police assistance, all depending on
There's a light.
how big the parade's going to be.
I mean,
Don't you have to get a permit from DOT to do that?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what Newport Richie. I mean,
If
they
you're-
don't cross it, but they do a turnaround there, or they come out.
If you're blocking it off for an extended amount of time, I'm sure they're going to want to either notification or anything's going to have to go out, but
Well,
probably a permit.
Pretty
as well.
sure you can't block it off. I mean, you can't stop all the flow of traffic. You might be able to do something like in one lane, but
you know, you let like 5 floats go, let 19 go, and kind of stagger it across there. I don't know if it'd be something to be done or not.
whatever you get through in the light, probably.
Yeah.
You're
Well, if we
That's what they'll probably say. So
Yeah,
that's
it's-
what
Just
they're
abide
that's
by
what they're going
traffic.
to tell you. They're going to like,
Traffic
Yeah.
signal.
you just use the light.
yeah.
well, because Newport Richie, they have cops directing traffic
don't,
at Main
yeah,
Street.
but they
19.
don't block it all off though. They
Yeah,
they keep
block 19.
they give the ability for cars to keep going.
Right, we do the same. You just wouldn't be on the light timing. You would be on
Their time.
the cops' time.
Mhm.
So they could regulate that a little bit. Again, I don't know if it's something. Then we could basically take it down Grand Boulevard, and people on the other side could be on Grand for the parade. I mean, Old Post is a short parade route,
Right.
and people coming to it. You got all them cars coming over to park to see it. It'd be better if you had a little longer parade route. And
How
you could go
far does Port Richey go down Grand Boulevard?
quite a ways.
Yeah.
I was thinking if we started at Famous Tate's, use that parking lot. They're right here, and then go down Grand as far as we're allowed, and then maybe do a turn and go down Washington Street or something to end it.
So you have it on the other side.
Right, but parking wise, then we would need a way for them to park over it where Gill Dogs is and walk across.
Yeah.
That's the
I-
issue there.
Yeah. I would prefer it all on the other side.
Well, I mean, we would prefer that,
because of
but
the waterfront and everything. I mean, if you want to have people crossing, 19.
unless there's other parking that I don't know about.
Well, I think Walmart is your best place to stage because you get that's the biggest parking lot, and they don't use it all, and it wouldn't be that impactful, I wouldn't think. And there's a lot of real estate around there. If you start there, come out on Old Post, come down, whether you loop the waterfront or not, you could do that. Either way, go across Grand. Where's Grand at? Cross Grand, go down Grand because you got the restaurant stuff there. People could stop and park, watch the parade, go all the way down Grand, and then they would just dump out into, let's see,
I don't know where the line is.
Manatee Point.
Okay, so
That's
they
pretty
could just
well.
stop at Broadway and just head on out there.
I mean, they go on down because you got them speed bumps and stuff down through Grand. You really probably need to turn them up Broadway, take them maybe back out on Washington, and then they can go north or south. Maybe. What do you think about that?
I'm gonna see if I can get a direction.
I'd reach out to the police and see what they think about keeping a parade going across Grand. Let them figure out how that would work at crossing there.
That is 1.6 miles. Is that long enough?
Depends on how many entrants really.
Oh wait.
But that would be a pretty good route for both sides of the city to participate on,
Right.
close to where they live.
Well, that's it.
Where are you landing?
Right, Broadway and Grand. Could a float make that turn there?
1.6.
Make the turn where?
Yeah.
It's tight right there. Depends on how big.
And of course, they could always go on down Grand, but then you got all the speed bumps as a thing. But that's Grand and Broadway is probably the.
We could put markers on either side if they're larger and they have to continue south to go that way. We could end either or. Because once it's over, they don't have to go back to any specific area.
Mm-hmm. There's just really no good spot for parades.
Who's going to be in this parade?
Whoever signs up. I imagine the city probably put something together, right?
So we have to pay $20 or whatever the fee is. Because normally parades don't charge people to be in them.
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Here in Florida? Wow.
Does Chaska do that? Chaska charges each one?
Yeah.
And the Christmas
Wow.
parade.
Even a boat parade, there's all some fee.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It basically covers the city costs.
Everything costs.
We have to pay people to be in a parade.
No, here you got to pay.
So the city out there, we have the city officials on it. We wouldn't have to charge ourselves. It's our parade. But
it's like if a band wanted to be like a high school band.
Yeah, they would pay a fee.
They would have to pay, really.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've never put one on, but I know that they charge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a privilege to be. It's advertising and.
So if
That's the truth.
FDOT does not want us to cross 19, what would be another alternative route? That's
Rigid 19.
Well, you go down Old Post Road and dump out on 19.
Yeah,
It's just shorten the parade. That'd be the only thing.
Yeah.
That's really the only choice. And that wouldn't be horrible.
No.
So.
You would probably want most of the patrons to be along Old Post Road anyway because of the hike and bike trail, and they'll have plenty of room to stand and watch it. So, on Grand Boulevard, you have very limited space anyway. Washington Street is a very busy road, and there's not many houses on Washington. Grand Boulevard has no sidewalk system in it. So honestly, I know how you want to include the entire city, but if we tell everyone the route in advance, they'll be there either at Waterfront Park or along the hike and bike trails, on Old Post Road. So,
well, let's just stage Walmart, go down Old Post, loop around the waterfront, and then go out on
Winslow Park as well. You can go down Winslow and then do the turn.
That's what we
Yeah.
Or say go down.
It's the road's not wide
Oh,
enough.
that's not wide.
Go way down Bay and then.
Boulevard, it's not wide enough.
Winslow, you can. I was talking about the other route on Broadway.
Right, but that's only a 2-lane road
Yeah,
on
but
Bay
then you gotta be able
Boulevard.
to turn around and come back. That was the problem.
That's
We
the
don't
issue.
have enough.
Yeah, but if you
Room.
have parade traffic going down Bay and then going around Winslow trying to come back up, depending on, it might not work.
That's what I was worried
Right,
about.
the width of the.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there-
Because
there's
then
no
you still
other
gotta have
street.
people on either side.
I think what we're doing is putting the cart before the horse. I think what we should do is maybe have a couple of preliminary ideas on the route, and then wait until the entries. Then we know how many we're actually working with, and then we can modify the route.
And maybe we can have a fire truck drive the route. That'd be because it's a big vehicle and
Right.
So have them kind of test it. I mean, coming down Old Post Road right along, I mean, that's probably really good enough down through the waterfront. And like I said, there's plenty of places to watch it there. It's probably not going to be like a Newport Richie parade anyway.
Beads?
Hmm?
Beads? Good. Might get something nice. Yeah, beads and things. Just family fun.
Okay.
Always good.
Anything else on kickoff parade?
So then
What'd you say for the price for the float? $25?
$25, and then I was thinking any vendors would be $50 if they want to come in, like food trucks and things like that
In the park?
In the park. And if someone wants to sell something, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either.
No.
I would think. And then it would end at 8:30. So 4:30 to 8:30. Parade starts at 4:30. I guess it'll be half an hour.
Well, if you're gathering at the park afterwards, would we necessarily have to stop at 8:30? Could you go a little longer than that, or if you're gonna have food trucks and stuff there, people gathering, maybe it's.
Well, how long is the actual parade going to be?
It starts at what time?
4:30.
Now, hour at the most,
Yeah.
if that. So then you still got 3 hours at the park.
Yeah.
I just said 8:30 because sunset was at 8:11, but we can put it till 9.
Yeah, I think till 9.
9.
How?
The reason why you want food trucks, you want to have enough time to make money.
Yeah.
If they're gonna come out and pay fees.
No, of course. Yeah.
How much is Gulfview Mall area in City of Port Richey? I know we're in City of Port Richey, we're in Westport, but it's like a little
It's outside the city.
Actually,
like because that's completely outside the city. Yeah. Or, I was thinking scenic would be a good road because you could easily shut it off.
Mm.
Okay. Because we're technically City of Port Richey.
No.
I live right there.
Okay. Any other kickoff parade stuff?
Nope.
Okay. Old business?
yes,
Yes, we got all this.
we've
Yeah,
got,
Sal.
we've got some old business. So, T-shirt. I literally just received the art approval form today by Coastal. The fine print will be looked over as far as spelling of all the events and committee members. But this, and like I said, I know it's really small. I asked them for a blown up version, but this is what this is what they sent me. But just to get everyone an idea of what it's going to look like, if you want me to ask them to make any changes. They made the logo small. If we want the logo big, I'll tell them center mass and bigger. They were able to incorporate everything we asked for as far as the sponsors, the list of events, and the committee members at the bottom. But I sent an email earlier while we were talking that I need something I can zoom in on to take a look at everything. So then there's that to discuss, and then obviously what kind of colors are we gonna?
Yeah. So I just on the lettering. So I would take out all the lines on this form and just format that the list of events a little differently.
Yeah, I'll just tell. Well, I think she just literally
Right,
copied
just
and pasted and plugged it there.
Yeah. And I would include city council members as well. So you could put city council members on one side, committee on the
It's
other.
a lot of writing on the back. I think it looks really cluttered.
Well, one with all the lines and stuff, it does.
No. I just think it looks cluttered anyway. I would take out us, the committee members, and the list of events, because people are going to be wearing this later on. You know, maybe after the event is over. So still showing the list of events is kind of useless. But the sponsors need to be there because that's what they're paying for. But I don't think it's necessary to include the names of people in the list of events, because people are not going to go up to you and say, "Oh, wait a minute, let me see your shirt and see what comes up next." And I think, like I said, if I'm going to wear this shirt next year, it's kind of.
You don't want your name on it?
No, I don't think it's relevant.
Well, so you got sponsors that pay money, right? But
right.
You know, we're dedicating a lot of time to this, so I think it's the recognition on the shirt.
Okay, so maybe if you want to put those people in, but I don't think the city council or the list of events are necessary. Just my personal opinion. I'm only one person on this list.
I think that the events, like when you go to a concert, the shirts that they sell, they have dates
But
in the
they
back.
don't have
Even
sponsors on the back. They only have the list of
Well,
the
remember, so this is
It's more like
this
a
is not
keepsake.
this is not necessarily a wardrobe shirt. I mean, you wear it obviously, but it's a commemorative souvenir of the Centennial Festival. So you want to put as much recognition things on there. Like I would be buying one, I wouldn't wear it. I would be buying it to keep.
Yeah,
You know.
I don't. In my opinion, I don't see it as something that I would wear. Like, like I go to the beach and I buy a shirt. I'm not wearing that for this, just to keep it.
But like to put it in perspective, so my sons both did swim team, and when you went to championships, you literally listed every single person on the swim team that ended up. I mean, so you had 120 names.
Graduation, they put all the names of the graduating class on there.
graduation,
They're traditionally busy on the back.
This is like
Correct,
this is
but
that
there's
kind of a
not
t-shirt.
sponsors there also.
Right, and they had sponsors, yes, because the championships were all sponsored. So they still had sponsors at the top, and then this whole list. I do agree with getting rid of the lines, maybe even the dates, and just have like a list of events and a list of committee.
Yeah, if you need to
council members.
Maybe that's a better idea.
Yeah, if you just list the events and no dates. Again,
Well, then you could have it double column, like the list of events. So it'd be a little less space, and maybe you could get a little hair bigger.
yeah, there's ways to format it better. I mean, a lot of the busyness is because all those lines in there you're looking at small. I mean, if you
Right, but it's a keepsake T-shirt, so I think we should keep the information and the people because like he said, we put a lot of time into it. So.
Yeah. And adding the council members too, because at this time, this is pinpointing history. Like they were the council during 100
this
years.
100 years.
Well, I see. I don't know. That's not fair. You get to be on there twice. That's not.
Yeah.
No.
I work twice as hard,
and I
right?
think that's what. I think that's why you brought that up. You wanted to be on there twice.
No.
Or you could list it as committee and council members, and then list everybody
No,
with their title.
I have no problem with whatever.
I don't
we
know.
put
I'm
council
just
on there.
So if you want to do that, I would move the Centennial Committee.
I think I'm stepping on toes.
Let's do is have a double column.
Yeah, she can move. She only centered it because I only gave her the committee member list,
No.
but she'll obviously put the council alongside the committee member list, so it won't go further down the shirt.
Right.
We need Matt on there.
Yeah, we can add the city manager.
Yeah, I would think city
I think
manager
it's
would be
important. In the middle.
Tell you one person you don't have to put on there. You'll be working.
Actually, we can probably put it on the very top, above.
You
thank
need
you to our
Ashley,
sponsors.
too.
Thank you to our city
Yes,
manager.
you need to be
Thank you.
commemorated.
Actually,
We're spending
how about a
time
face?
here.
Face shot.
Yeah, no name, just face.
I think the
Some
logo
ideas,
should be
but now-
bigger.
And the logo should be a
In the
big
middle,
in the middle. Yeah,
He is too.
yeah. The logo big in the middle.
as opposed to the lapel
Yes.
Logo center.
logo center
Yeah.
Logo
large.
center big.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to do the logo like the whole front.
That's something.
Yeah, that's what we
That's what I said.
Oh.
It said logo center
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
So council.
The polos we were talking about just having a little.
Yeah, if we did any polos, that would just be on those.
This is really good. You got this, so it's a good starting point.
So the second thing was I did send an email out. I did get a couple of responses from our committee for colors. I know there's a lot of colors here. If we can just stay in the realm of, try and, I don't want to talk about colors for the next 45 minutes, but
Stay in the darker colors, maybe. I don't know.
What's your all's thoughts? So
With the
gray, I
color
like grays.
Gray, yeah, either gray or this blue is nice too.
so I figured a gray and a blue would be on the dark side, and then 2 light colors, and then that would be 4.
So
Green and blue.
do you think we should have multiple colors, or just pick one color and roll with it? Because when you put the reason I say that is if you put choices out there and one's overwhelming of others, you end up with a lot of extra whatever.
Yeah.
If you have one color, you want a shirt, you buy a shirt. Here it is.
Why don't you just do 2 colors? Yes.
I just do one actually.
One.
Yeah,
Red.
Because you think about it, you're gonna buy these stock, right? You want to sell them, you don't want to keep them.
Yeah, so I think a gray shirt with blue lettering would be nice.
She made a motion. I second.
Well, what
I
gray
think
for
we
it?
need more colors.
Yeah, I
right?
don't think
Gray
gray.
is
Gray.
no gray.
I like the 2
If
colors.
we're just doing one
Yeah.
color, it needs
Well,
to be.
they have
Yeah.
tweed,
But
sport
dark,
gray,
so it
gravel.
shows up.
Hold on, one time. So
Sorry.
the you can do whatever color you want, obviously, but
Oh no, but like a dark, so it shows the lettering nicely.
right.
With the white.
So you want good contrast with the lettering and the
Correct.
logo and all that. Then, like for instance, the blue uses blue as an example, and our logo has got blue in it. It doesn't pop like it would. So, and white shirts they get nasty quick. So that's why a light gray is always a good option.
It's a light
Then
gray.
you have to switch to like black lettering or
I
something.
don't know.
You can do well.
Well, you can. I mean, like the white would work.
Depending on how dark the gray you use, you can use white lettering. But yeah, you can use color.
Like we were talking about, this is a keepsake.
I mean, I would think that you could on the logos. Are we talking about doing the actual color for their logos, or just all the same?
That may change in price. I'll find out if it's going to be costing more to do
Yeah,
do
probably
colored
will.
logos for each single sponsor,
Yeah,
as
probably
opposed
will.
to just having them on there.
Yeah.
So
I
I
like
it
it.
will.
I like
It-
green.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
agree.
Like
It's just,
antique
I don't
Chinese.
think we need to go into that.
Actually, if you don't like gray, these like that sand color,
The yellow
was it
haze.
like a tan?
Well, that was what I suggested if we had dark lettering,
You do black lettering on the
because it
tan.
would look good with the logo.
Sand.
What blue is this
It's
one?
yellow haze. It's on the second page, right at the top on the right.
So, yeah, third column, third down.
First at the
Then
top.
what color lettering?
And if you want to do, you got off white on down that column too.
Yellow haze, not sand.
Oh, no yellow.
Well, sand is gray.
Well, no, I said if you don't like gray, sand has more of a
Which is
tan.
this blue though?
Well, are you talking about for the shirt or the writing?
Is it Heather stuff?
Sure.
Royal?
Well, this is royal.
Is it Royal? Is that what it is?
Gotta be. Yeah. It's very standard. I just love the way the blue looks.
You have an opinion?
I think this blue is white.
No.
The blue looks nice.
I mean, we could
Huh?
do like a
I
tropical
like
blue.
this. The blue
That's
is
what I
white.
like. I like tropical blue.
Yep.
Oh, she's talking about
Yeah.
the art.
I mean, I like the blue. I just don't like the blue in our logo.
Well, the logo's gonna be bigger.
Right, but which would maybe even make it look worse with the color. I don't, because we've got that light blue in there.
Oh, because it's a different kind of blue, you mean?
Yeah, it doesn't look good to me. But
Or grab another blue like so that it pops.
Yeah.
Like the neon blue that's a little bit darker, or the
Then
indigo
it's all
blue.
Match.
does the city have colors? I mean,
Red
it's-
and green.
Yeah. red
I
and
had
green.
picked red, but I don't know.
Red, green, black,
Let's do green
yellow.
Green.
and yellow mixed.
Look like a light.
Most of the time we
Like a
use
stoplight.
like the table outside. We use like a
Blue.
navy blue like,
Yeah.
out there for the cover.
I like it too.
Oh,
Which blue is this?
That's on here is probably royal.
Oh, yes. Come on.
We were talking like maybe like neon blue that's a hair darker, cobalt maybe.
See, neon blue looks like what this is. What blue do you think it was? Royal?
I'm saying royal.
I guarantee that's royal.
Maybe.
How about ash gray for the shirt? Logo match with that.
Well, I like darker blues,
Right.
like
that's-
navy,
Yeah, the navy or even the indigo blue.
heather navy,
The indigo
blue
blue
dust.
would go really well with the dolphin and the manatee.
You're gonna lose the logo then if it's that dark.
It should make it pop because it's a nice light color.
Yeah, because logo's light. I mean, lettering's darker blue in there.
I can request a small run if we can get a consensus.
At this point, I suggest indigo blue or navy.
Indigo blue or navy? Where's indigo blue?
They're right on the same column.
In our logo, what color is the lettering? It's like a navy blue in it. True.
I would say the lettering is leaning towards more of a a darker navy blue. The dolphin
Would be the
manatee is obviously much lighter.
Isn't this the same?
Is that
It's just the bubble.
is that blackberry a blue? Underneath,
Bluish purple.
two down from navy, blackberry, kind of bluish purple. Yeah. Well,
Can you do an ash gray with
I thought you liked the blue.
like with navy writing? I mean, can they just can we get like 2 or 3 selections and then you can just ask us to vote? I know we should have.
Yeah, could we? I mean, just a print off like this, not run shirts. Just do a, just pick 3 colors, put stuff on there, and we'll vote on it.
So you want me to pick any 3 colors, or
Just do navy.
I want everyone to be kind of close,
Well,
so we're not going
yeah,
back and
let's
forth.
do
with this.
navy. Is that the
Or
blue,
even
you guys?
navy with gray lettering. Either. I mean, that's
Let's-
fine to do that.
So navy for shirt color.
How about this one, but then with the logo like big and so we can see what it looks like?
I don't
You
like it.
this one?
Not at all.
Well,
I'll be honest with you. You blow that logo up, it's gonna look worse.
What about this color?
Yeah, that's a navy, I think.
Heather navy.
Well, this is heather navy, so
Heather
it'll give it a little more texture.
Heather navy.
I haven't heard you say anything.
It looks darker on the next page.
Don't, let's stay on this one.
Oh, I'm good with heather navy.
Don't
That's
start
the
trouble
navy.
over there.
Yeah,
I think it would make the colors pop, and it would look.
yeah.
So let's
So
try that one.
heather navy.
Yes.
So one of them, okay, heather navy with white lettering.
Yep.
Okay, and the logo. That's one option.
White? Did you say?
White
With
lettering. Yeah.
like white lettering and a bigger logo.
Okay. And then what gray? Ash.
Yes.
You guys like ash gray?
I don't like any gray.
Oh,
There is
that looks like gray at all.
There's
No, right?
there's a heather graphite.
Oh, graphite heather.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Charcoal, the darker gray.
If you go, if you go dark like that, you're gonna have to go back with the light white lettering.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would say charcoal.
Charcoal
With white.
with white.
If you have to pick one, yeah, charcoal.
Well, there's that sport gray. If it's so, the charcoal is if you can't look at the sport gray, and the tweed and dark heather. If you want like more darker grays, because that charcoal is kind of really gray.
The other, you could go if you want to go light and do the ash gray and then do like blue writing.
Blue writing.
So you could have a light shirt
Well,
with dark writing. See how that looks.
Well, if we're going to do a third choice.
Yeah.
Maybe do a lighter one like white or ash gray or something like that.
With dark lettering.
So we got the dark navy or whatever it was.
Heather
navy.
Navy with white.
So what gray you guys wanted? The darker one.
Charcoal, you said.
Well, is everybody go charcoal, or you like the tweed, sport gray, any of those other ones? Charcoal.
Sure.
Now are these? when you say textured, like on this Heather thing,
No,
It's not
there's
textured, it just
pieces of-
appears.
It almost looks like little specks of white in between. It's not
Yeah.
such a
It's not just blue. It's
Right.
just
yeah, but it's
Just looks like
they're
it's
nice.
textured.
They're nice.
yeah.
The Heather.
and so isn't that the same kind of look that? I mean, charcoal looks like it's just straight gray. With the tweed sport gray, they kind of look like they have that
Sport gray
texturing.
is more of that heathering.
Well, sport gray to give it a
This
little.
is Heather. Yeah,
Yes.
that's like a Heather. The gray is it's got the mix of white.
Yeah. Sport gray instead of charcoal.
Because it has a hint of gray. Not dark. Yeah, I'll go with sport gray.
Or if you, because we're doing white lettering, if you think it should be a little darker, you've got the dark heather and tweed that are kind of similar. Sport gray.
Sport gray.
Sport gray.
Sport
It
gray.
is.
A little lighter.
Sport gray is white.
Sport gray with white lettering. Okay.
Yep. And then for our last color choice, you want to do
I said
a white
ash gray
or off white or ash gray.
blue letter.
Or the Fort Ritchie red.
Or green lettering from the logo. Ash gray with green lettering. Red with white.
Do you guys like?
I mean, it would just
Do you guys like ash gray, off white, or white for that light color?
Well,
Yellow
if we already
haze.
have gray, then
Yeah, we already got
pick
gray.
another
Well, it's a dark gray. Ash gray is like it's more of a white.
Yeah, that's another gray. Yellow haze or off white.
Off white with green lettering.
Off white with still do navy blue. I would do navy blue lettering just to kind of match the logo.
I would go with off white.
Off white.
Yeah.
You guys like off white
Navy blue lettering.
with navy blue lettering?
Wait, what was
Dark
that
navy
again?
blue.
Off white.
Off
We're
white.
gonna go for an off white, huh? Okay.
What was the one? Oh, sand was the other one. It was a little darker though. But
I'd feel better with like a sand or something. But
Off white's a good green.
okay, off white with what? Navy blue.
Navy blue. Yeah.
All right, let's just do those and
so you see how they look. Good.
that was that that I have.
What else on business?
Actually, we got to talk about the next week's meeting. We have P&Z at 1 o'clock, and then we have council at 6. P&Z may run over into our meeting, or it all depends on how long they take to discuss their meeting. And then obviously
It's
we
a
have,
workshop.
we have city council at 6 o'clock.
What's on the agenda?
The comprehensive plan amendments for the county and zoning.
What is it?
The year amendment,
The
Yeah.
year amendments.
comprehensive plan.
Comprehensive plan.
You know those letters we got, we had to do something?
Oh, that's all.
Yeah, but they're gonna go through all of that. They made it a workshop.
Do you think they'll need more than 3 hours?
Well, I'm suggesting to give you guys time between the 1 o'clock, the 4 o'clock, and the 6 o'clock. You guys are already going from 4 to 6 on council nights, anyways.
Mhm.
It's a lot in one day.
Yeah.
So to either move it to a different day next week or wait until the following week.
I don't think we can wait.
No.
We can keep cracking.
I'm out of
We
town
can
on
move it to
Tuesday,
Monday.
So that would be good.
How about Wednesday?
Wednesday got bowling.
Monday can't happen. There's a coastal meeting.
How about Wednesday early,
Well, I can do early.
like 3? Can we do 3 o'clock? We can do 3 o'clock.
I can't. I'm out of town.
Okay.
What date is that?
What time do you bowl?
Wednesday the 12th.
Well, yeah, I gotta be. I had to leave. I would have to leave here at 6.
Oh.
So I can do that.
Can you do Wednesday?
We have a problem with
I can't Wednesday.
Wednesday can't do it.
Yeah, but if it's free, you could easily get out at 6.
I can do 4. As long as I'm out here by 6, I'm good.
But she's out of town.
Maybe I can get on Zoom, and if we come early, I'll come. But I can't.
Were you gonna be out of town Tuesday too? Or?
Yep.
Oh, you're out of town
Monday,
either way.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's with us.
Oh, so you weren't going to be about for Tuesday anyway?
No, I was gonna try to
Zoom?
Zoom, but I don't know if I can.
Okay.
What are we deciding?
So
Wednesday 4 to 6,
or Wednesday
or
3.
3 to
We can still do 3.
3 to 6.
She was going to be here
If we need
regardless.
3 5, 3 6, whatever term works.
Wednesday the 12th?
5th.
No,
Oh.
Wednesday the
The
12th.
12th.
The 12th. The 12th.
Today's
Not
the
tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
What? I'm looking at my calendar. I've
You're
got the
already on
4th.
wrong calendar.
But yeah,
Or-
that is the 4th. I'm looking.
Today is the 4th, yeah.
Okay.
Not
Today's the
tomorrow, the
4th.
12th. Yes.
All right, quick question
At
though.
what time?
Quick
Hold on.
question. Are we set for this Friday?
Well, I was gonna ask that
Yes.
also.
Wait, let's focus.
Well, no,
We'll
no,
get-
I know
haven't
because
I haven't
if we
gotten
need
to
to
that
meet
part
like
yet.
Thursday or something to be set for Friday.
No, Friday.
No,
Friday's
okay, so
pretty
Friday's
much.
okay.
Friday will be fine.
That was my question.
And I'll wrap up with Friday as soon as we get this locked in.
All right, then I suggest the
I'm good to 12.
3 or
The
whatever.
12th at 3 or 4.
Whatever y'all want.
All right.
3.
3 it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I will put that on the calendar. 2/12 at 3 o'clock.
If you send an invite to, I didn't get one for this meeting for some reason.
I might have not.
Yeah.
It might have
No
got
biggie.
missed.
Did.
Did I?
I got one.
A calendar invite?
Yeah, I had one.
Really?
It popped up on my phone today.
Huh. Well, I didn't get one.
Yeah. So I have something.
So
And I know I
take-
didn't
take
say
something?
I'm not.
You did that on purpose to me. didn't you?
So
You sure? I might have missed it too. I didn't see it though.
Okay. So we're good for 3 o'clock
3
on.
o'clock.
3 o'clock on Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. So just follow up on Friday. We're starting at 1 o'clock. 1 to 1:30 will be pretty much meet and greet. Everyone here. There'll be food. And then from 1:30 on, we're going to do. It's going to be pretty much like a mock meeting type of situation where we'll do 2 proclamations, one to signify the city centennial, and one for Kim for creating the logo. Then we're going to do the presentation of the Centennial paddle from Newport Richey to us. Obviously, you've talked to Chopper about being there, and then the time capsule opening. We're going to open the time capsule on that day, but what we're going to do is for the 100-day celebration, we're going to post out about the time capsule and have people bring stuff and see how much room we have to work with, and then we can replant it on May 18th on the Centennial Day. So that's when the time capsule will go back in the ground. And then it's very short, between 1:30 and 3 o'clock, and then we just finish up that, and that's it.
Hey, on time capsule, and I don't know how they normally do those, but would it be? Would you rebury it, or would you plan to display it? I don't know what's in there, but
Normally they're placed back into the ground. I mean,
because that's 25 years. I don't know what their plan was when they buried that one. How long it was supposed to be there, but
Why can't we keep whatever's in the time capsule and then replace it with something
We
else?
did.
and then-
We
did.
and then- Oh,
we
I thought you
we
meant
do
put-
that for sure.
I thought you
No,
meant
no.
put back in what.
No, I was
what
just
was
curious
taken out.
about. So obviously, 25. Is it 25 years ago?
almost. It was 2000. It was 2002. 2002. 2003.
Did they do it for our 75th? Is that what it was?
I think so. Kind of forget.
Did they-
a while back.
Did they
Rebury what you.
did they have one in there before that, or was that the first one
That
ever?
was I think when they designed, when they did one for City Hall here, because I don't remember at the original City Hall where Walmart is now if they had one. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't remember.
I didn't know if it would. If
They
they
made an effort to have one here, that they wanted to do that here when this building was built and opened.
because 100 years from now, it might be nice to go back and look at whatever we're going to have to look at. If you put it back and you add stuff from, so you have.
Yeah, and like I said, I
25-year
don't know if in every
tranches.
25-year increments we're just going to keep passing it on. So I'm sure 25 years from now they may want to reopen it or save it for the 50. But at the very least, it'll be done on the anniversary day. So it'll be put back in on the anniversary day. So no matter what, they can always decide to reopen it on that day. So
normally with a time capsule, the stuff is taken out, it's open, presented, then taken as a history,
Right.
saved, put new stuff in for a certain amount of time. They don't put back
You
the
don't
stuff
put
they
back
just
what you took
opened.
out. Right.
They put in new stuff.
Okay.
And I think
Right.
that's something that you discussed about wanting to collect.
yeah, well, I did want to do that, but
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone, I'm sure if there's any of the old stuff that maybe, and like I said, I still don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
There could have been some that carried over from 100 years ago. I have no idea that they just keep putting in there. So we may want to keep continuing that. So
My thought would be
We'll find out what's in it.
we'll find out and just see what's going on.
if either one or two things, whatever we pull out, we would put in a case or whatever, or somehow preserve it, and it would be, people can see it for here on in, or you bury it again with that date on it, and then the stuff we put in there is a separate thing in there.
No,
you bury
you
both of
miss
them.
out seeing it all that time, what you took out.
It was also fun granted, you have pictures of it, whatever, but I mean, it'd be fun to open up another, keep it all safe. I don't know.
Regardless, people 25 years from now aren't going to know what we did anyway. So it's going to be just as much a surprise to them, even if we have it on display.
Sal's probably got a pair of underwear in there. We don't even know yet.
You'll be surprised.
Are all of the committees for the city been notified to have some representative here? I think that's really important, and we also should have some table, a Centennial table where we're selling Mayor Ball tickets and having a list of events, and so people know all of the other events that are going on.
We're not ready to sell tickets yet.
No, but we should have
just to let them
at
know.
least a list of events, and other things like that.
I think we'll have the, if we have any other updated flyers created, we'll have those for opening day, and then we'll print off a list of all the events and everything like that, and hand those out. But once again, this is more or less just signifying what February 7th is. It's the first, just the 100-day celebration. We still have 14 other events that we could still promote and whatnot, the other events. So I have that, but we'll have a small table set up with, for the Centennial and everything like that. So.
And also, we'll talk about it in the meeting. It's some of the content we'll talk about.
But the other committees, are there going to be representatives up there? I think they should all be here.
And like I said, this has been,
it's a public meeting. Everybody's invited.
Yeah, it's been notified several times. I'll talk to Ashley tomorrow about sending an email to just strictly the committee members and remind them, and whoever shows.
I think
So
you should introduce them. That this person's here.
It's meet your local government. So
All of the committees of the city, I think, should be represented.
Yeah, maybe send out something to say your presence is requested this time for this kickoff.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is all I have.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I've got a couple things. You should have a copy of Newport Richie's 100-year booklet. Now, so they had this at their masquerade ball. Not that we have to do the exact same thing, but I wanted to get this in your hands just to kind of see what they did. Because I imagine we would have some kind of program or whatever. And they've got some historic stuff in here and some sponsor stuff, obviously, and the program. And I think they've got their committee members and stuff in the staff. This is whatever. Use that as an example to look at. The other thing I wanted to bring up was I'd met the guy that does Point Distillery, and they do Point Distillery. It's they package alcohol, right? I don't have a lot of details of it, but they do so what I was thinking of, I asked him, I said, what if we were to do for example, a Centennial bourbon for the city of Port Richey that we would sell? So that's kind of stuff they would do. We put something together and we could sell these commemorative bottles of liquor or whatever.
So do we have to taste it all first?
You can probably taste it if you want to. I don't know any details of it, but I guess just that initial thought, hey, that's kind of a cool thing that we could possibly do and sell. I hadn't had a chance to bring it up to you, Matt, but he invited us to take a tour of the distillery to talk about that. And obviously we could, if it's something we wanted to do, again, I don't know pricing or whatever, but we could get that and see if it's something maybe towards the end of the celebration at the mayor's ball or whatever we could.
I have, because it's alcohol, right?
Uh-huh.
So we couldn't sell the actual alcohol.
I don't know what
Not at the
because it's, and I think that's probably some of the things he was talking about. There's a lot of regulations or whatever that I don't know through him that
people can go to them and buy it.
Well, I don't know how that works.
Yeah. 'Cause that's something we would have to discuss in that sense because, you guys.
I mean,
because
if
it's
he had
alcohol.
like a booth or something at one of the events, I mean, that would be okay. But like, there's a lot of different things.
Or he
Like,
would sell the bottle,
even the golf
actual
scramble,
bottle,
you can't
and
have any.
Yeah, I
outside
don't know
anything.
what the ins and outs of it. He knows all that. So
okay. Because that would be nice. That's a great idea.
That's neat.
Maybe he, like that. Maybe he can have a booth or
And we
something
could age
somewhere.
it really well. Put it in the capsule.
Oh, there you go.
that's right. But anyway, so he said it would be best to do that on like a weekend. So I don't know if maybe this. Are you free this Saturday or Sunday? Probably Saturday, I would guess. Anything going on that you could do a quick tour over there for that distillery?
I'm free.
It's back. Yeah. What's
I
that?
always got to hold my hair when I throw up.
Sorry, I missed all that. Are you available this weekend?
I'll let you know if it's good.
What is that? What I want to taste? If he's got to go with me, that's a can of deal.
Wow.
I'm not
going anyway.
I'm not babysitting our finance director on the weekend. And the problem is of course we've got I can't direct staff and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be better if we just kept our distance. Yeah,
I was just kidding.
I know, I was too. But
No, it wasn't.
but anyway, I'm gonna try to do it set up during the week with us to see. But he said it'd be better on the weekend. I don't know why, but I'll reach out. I just wanted to see if the committee wanted to even entertain that. As an
I
idea.
like the idea. I just think we have to fine tune what it is. Because maybe
More
he can
information is
sell
needed.
it. Yeah.
Well, it might be we just take orders for it and then he distributes it or something like that. I don't know how it works. I'll find out details.
I mean, maybe in the mayor's ball, he could have like a little setup and he could sell it himself there. That would be nice, though.
Well,
I would love a bottle like that.
I mean, people do commemorative things like that all the time. I don't think it probably follows the same rules. I don't know, but
If it's not an open bottle, I don't know.
Right. If you're not serving it, it might be different.
Yeah.
But are we selling it like
I
the
would-
city?
I wouldn't say we would buy any of it. Right?
no, it would be basically we would take orders for it. And he would produce here's my thought. And I don't know what would it work out to as far as financing, but we wouldn't buy it until we had commit people and we'd sell 100 bottles of it.
I would get Nancy involved in that. I'm not sure we can buy any alcohol at all.
No, what I'm saying is they would be buying it. We would just be.
I'm not even sure we could do that at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even sure we could put our name on it, to be 100% honest with you. So that would be a Nancy.
Well, there's an idea. I mean,
No, I like the idea. I would drink it. Trust me, I drink it right now. But,
I'm sure you would.
I just, as far as like alcohol, like anything, like we may be able to put our name on. I don't know, but we wouldn't be able to expend any funds whatsoever, or even say, hey, if you don't sell 8,000 bottles, well, we can't do.
No, it wouldn't be. We wouldn't buy it and then get stuck with it. We would basically set it up. And we take orders for 100 bottles, and whoever the first people that sign up to buy it, they would be buying it. It's just going to have. It's just a 100-year anniversary branding.
I'd say maybe direct it to them if we even can. Just say this is.
Well, that may be something he can work through him. It's just I don't know. Again, I got to find out the details. It's all just an idea that I thought.
I like it. I think it's a good idea. I like liquor.
Yeah.
Like anything, really.
Okay. Well, I'll
And I'm
reach out to
missing
him
it right
and I will bring more concrete details back and see if Adam approves. So I believe that's all I have.
I have one thing.
Sure.
I want to acknowledge Sal and Kim for the Centennial tree and how great that looks.
Oh, I couldn't even look over there. It was decorated.
That's why I was trying to figure out who did that. That's so nice.
That was Sal and
Yes, that looks very good.
Yeah, me, Sal, and
Oh,
Kim
thank you.
worked on that.
You really? You were part
Yeah,
of
we
it?
did good.
In his
Yeah.
mind.
Was he even
was-
did he even
he was
work
the
that day?
He wasn't here, no.
He was off.
No one was here that day.
No, it was very good. I
Yeah.
didn't pay attention. I just assumed it was still the
Very
Christmas
pretty.
stuff.
Yeah, we saw that earlier. Yeah.
Oh, that is our Centennial tree.
So is the goal just to keep it there where it's at, or are we going to take that somewhere else? Like, I guess we'll probably take it over to the ball setup, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I've talked about that. I'm weary about transporting it, but we'll see what we can do.
Correct. So, take it over.
Yeah, sure.
Because we probably need to have that for our backdrop with the pictures.
Yeah, that would look
Yeah.
nice to the mayor's ball. So we'll look into it.
I do have something to say real quick.
Okay.
For the Mayor's Ball, I think we touched lightly on the theme. Are we trying to do, and I know Kim's involved in everything, for the, like a roaring 1925?
Our initial conversation was like a roaring 20s.
That's what we want?
That's what I think
That is
was
what-
our consensus.
I think
Yes.
so,
I
okay.
think that's what we were really pushing.
And then
to do.
what was, because the student was coming in and out, so what was the amount of money that we said we were gonna charge per ticket? Did we come up to an agreement? $60?
60.
Okay, so 60. Okay, per person. Got
Was
it.
that, did we?
Yeah, we
said
did.
60?
$60 a ticket.
And we had methodology behind that, right? 'Cause
Yeah, because it was like $25 more or less for the food, and then we wanted an extra cushion for like
entertainment and stuff like that. Okay.
Because we need to get like,
We probably should once again set another budget for that because
Yeah.
that's
And-
going to be.
and that's what I'm trying
It's going
to
to be
figure
one of
out.
our.
Because I got people wanting to know when those tickets go on sale too.
Yeah,
So.
me too. So, I just want to set up. I do want to set up a budget, and that's another thing too. I want to start a subcommittee. I already have like two of us or three with Kim to do the subcommittee, like a meeting. How do we do that? We just set a date and we meet here, or
Well,
start
so you
planning, or
so the
how does it work?
you can have your meeting anywhere.
Oh,
Doesn't have to be a
really?
public meeting.
Oh, okay.
You just can't approve of anything.
Okay, what we do.
If you something you need to approve, you got to bring it back to
and
him.
we bring it back.
In action, it needs to come before this meeting.
Okay, so it's just we get ideas. We can talk about estimates, things like that.
Bend all out, whatever you
So
have.
me, you, and Kim need to actually start getting on the
Yeah.
same pool, and
Yes.
and then like I said, if we start if we're gonna stuff we're gonna order or a vendor that we have to bring in, we have to bring it to them first, and then
And
say,
then we can. Okay, good.
Final approval.
Yes. Okay.
But basically, if you guys kind of plan it all out, and then once you've got kind of what you want to do, bring it back here. Says, here's what we're planning. We're good.
Let's do it. Okay. Perfect. Got it.
So we just need a rubber stamp it. Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, we had gotten these two other emails from Ashley about someone who wanted to do entertainment and this other person who wanted to do boat charters. I mean, can we put those on the agenda for our next meeting next week so we don't have to talk about
Yeah.
it now?
That'd be good. Just going back to the mayor's ball on as far as what was the max number we do? What's
For people?
Yeah.
Oh, we can go over like 300. There was 350.
so are we going to extend? And again, and maybe it's a question for Nancy too. Obviously, we'd be nice to have some of the dignitaries there.
Yes, we are going to.
And I don't know if we can extend them free tickets. I think we probably can. And then
We could just invite them and no cost. I mean, I think we can just invite them and no cost.
because also we didn't know kind of set amount of we're
Yes.
gonna have one table or two tables of who we're going to invite or
Because
whatever.
right now we have two, I've noticed a lot of people are interested in that mayor's bubble.
Yeah.
So we have two ballrooms right now. We could extend to the third. Because I think Newport Richie had how many people? I remember how
I
many
don't know.
people. Now I don't have that with me right now at the moment. But yes, we are planning to invite
and
dignitaries.
then our city officials, are we going to have? Is the goal to have us all at a table together or just spread out?
We have to discuss. It's up. I guess it's up to you guys. What you guys would like. You would like to have each your own table, anything like that.
Yeah, and also we have the sponsor; they get a free table.
Yes.
Oshanda and anybody else that jumps at that level.
Yes.
Yeah, so this obviously with that price, I didn't know if we need to work if we're giving out certain free spots. We need to make sure we cover it in the cost. So
Right. The more tickets we sell, the better.
all right, okay. That's all I got. Anything else on old business?
I do have one more thing, just so I can lock this in. I approached both Glory Tours and Olympus Limo for the tour bus. Their approximate, I'm trying to find that right now, was between $600 and $700. They were very much the same for 5 hours, which is pretty much going to be the entire time of that event. I'd like to move right now. Olympus has that time reserved. I like to go forward with that so we can have the tour bus. It's going to be a 25-person bus with a driver. I have reached out to Tomas from the Pasco County Historical Society. He's going to be the tour guide. So Kim and I have already, we went out over the weekend and pretty much did a dry run of what that tour will be. We have several locations selected with synopsis on each location, so he'll be able to go over that with the tour. We start at 11 o'clock. We'll have the tour bus come here for a preliminary dry run at 11 o'clock to get them familiar with the route, and then start the actual public tours at noon. So I just wanted to get consensus to move forward with that.
How long's the tour?
Tours will be about 55 minutes. That's what we clocked it at.
Is it accessible?
The bus,
Mhm.
I will make sure it is. I'm. It's their 25-foot, 25-person bus with the large door. And I'll make sure it is though.
Oh, just asking.
Going back, I mentioned this and I forgot to get you guys the website. We talked about the mayor pictures. I think Kim was here or whatever, but for the ball,
Right.
if you go to, it's westpascomuseum.org.
So do you need a motion?
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
And at least consensus.
Is it,
Consensus or motion?
any objections to that?
Any
No
issues?
objection.
You have consensus.
Okay.
Get it done.
Thank you.
All right. But anyway, so westpascomuseum.org. And then there's a Pasco history tab. And under Pasco history, there's historical information. And then you'll see communities. And there'll be a Port Richey listed there. You click on Port Richey. There you go.
Wait, what's that link?
westpascomuseum.org. So they picked up where the 5A site
Okay.
left off. So if you go to Port Richey and the communities, then there's a long thing, all kind of dates, some information, and it's obviously for the whatever we put together here. You pull stuff from here, but at the very top of that, there's Port Richey Mayor's link, and it has all there's some pictures out here, but all the names and the time frames are, so there's some old pictures. I don't know if you can fill in some of these other ones or whatever from somewhere, but that's that.
So wait, you went from here to there.
So Pasco history,
Okay, yeah.
and then historical information, and then
Okay.
communities. Okay.
Thank you.
And of course, 5A.org has that stuff too, but I think everything's been poured over this new site that is going to keep up. And then there was something else I thought to bring up.
So Newport Richie gave this like this, or they
This
had-
was, yeah, so this was the program
They
that
just had it. Okay.
get there. And of course, they had table favors and stuff like that, but this was the
What
program,
is
if
it?
you will.
Okay.
So if you look at it, there's they had a live auction. Again, ideas. They had the itinerary there. They had obviously some entertainment, whatnot. Just kind of looking over. There's something else I had, but I'll think of it later. Ashley's ready to go.
Motion to adjourn?
Actually.
Motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Motion second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I did.
No,
Adam.
you motion.
Sal.
I
Sal,
second.
thank you.
Meeting adjourned.